think this one looks like it absolutely should be the best matchup of the week, too.
Well, considering all the other ones were a little bit lopsided, then I agree with you.
Yes. Okay.
We're looking up here.
All right. Well, immediately, Team Liquid is looking at the jungle. They want to ban away the signature Skarner from Hambach. They're going to take that one off the table. Varus is also banned out, and then Sentinels respond by banning out the knock wave combo.
Yeah, no Karma ban just yet. You know, we are seeing a lot of Enchanter bans these days. Even last series, we were seeing, you know, first round Seraphine bans, which I think is kind of interesting because that is a little bit more atypical. So it was something that was added to the list. But it is going to be a Bard ban, so now Sentinels will be the ones that have to ban Karma unless they're willing to give it up, which is pretty rare these days.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna do it. Yeah, here we go. So Karma ban, you definitely still can go like other stuff into the Ashe Seraphine. You don't have to necessarily jump on first picking. And a lot of the coaches I've been talking to have like, oh yeah, each one has their special, you know, like I was hoping that they were gonna do it type of answer. So maybe Golden Glue has a special one. You could just go for another like Nautilus kill lane into it. With Bard and Karma both being banned out, that's what I usually jump to. But you can still do like Caitlyn Nico or something because the Caitlyn range and sieging has been quite effective.
I was going to say, I also kind of like some teams are just, when Seraphine gets first pick, they just take away the Ashe. I actually kind of feel like the Ashe is more flexible with other champions than the Seraphine is, in my view, but it's obviously personal opinion and different teams agree, you know, or disagree on it. Jarvan, Rumble, though, that is the answer. They're saying, you're going to draft Ashe Seraphine. These champions do not have dashes. We will be diving you. That is our answer. So it is a clear game plan here from Sentinels.
And I think that if you are running this is a lot of hard engage, then a Nautilus lane would make sense. Put a lot of kill pressure there. You got the spicy hot pot, and you can make the bot lane spicy as well.
And on the other side, they're locking in the Pantheon with the Ashe Seraphine combo. I always like to see this trio just because the Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Grand Starfall. You've also got the Hawk shots to make it easier to set up for Pantheon. Really good stuff.
Yeah, and the Pantheon could just go bot lane, point and click, and then all of a sudden your spicy lane on the bottom side might be spicy in a bad way for you. So they grab the Jhin early, which is definitely one of the AD carries. Flowers, it's one of the AD carries that can play well into the Ashe Seraphine.
There was more going on than the Jhin last game.
The Jhin solo killed the Vayne. Berserker was owning. There was other people owning too, but also the Jhin.
I can see the smile on your face. Not even you are taking that seriously.
Hey, he did great.
Okay,
They're just running it back what LYON played, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It makes a lot of sense.
Mixing it up a little bit, so it's not obvious that they're copying.
Okay, it makes a lot of sense. You got the Jarvan Rumble dive, Jhin ultimate over the top. And the lane is fine. So now let's progress here into the solo lanes. Now, interesting, I mean, Morgan definitely very scary versus Impact just as an isolated lane. So I do value banning the Ambessa both for the players but also for the comps. When you have Ashe Seraphine, it seems like it creates a lot of space for Ambessa to work. And we have seen the combinations of CC, Ashe Arrow into Seraphine ult and Ambessa ult. It's just like your carry basically doesn't get to move. It's very, very dangerous for the team fight, so I do like this protection ban.
The Anivia ban is kind of saying Sentinels need to ban out Ryze probably, or that's going to be the pick. Quid does love that champion, so that would be the potential ask. Instead, it is going to be a ban of Annie. So we'll see what their plan is going to be. Also curious to see if TL is going to focus any of the bans down on Huhi in the support role. Maybe because they think it's game one, he's just going to play an engaged champ and they don't really care. Like they're thinking it's all going to be kind of similar. If you wanted to target an engaged champ that is more lane dominant, I would say Nico. If you want to actually try to dominate in that 2v2, Nico I think is a pretty decent ban. More AoE damage, more AoE CC. That would kind of synergize with their comp. But of course you can play Nautilus, you can play Rakan, you can play all kinds of different champs down there. And Huhi is very adept on the engaged champ.
Yeah, I think the Nautilus is a really good ban here. That one is just kind of the easiest to look for those kills.
Yep.
And so it's a little bit more safety for LYON and Core, but as you said, there's many other engaged supports that he can go with. And the Anivia ban means that Ryze priority is up because Anivia is a very good answer into the Ryze mid lane. So let's see what the other answer is going to be for Quid. Since they banned out the Anivia themselves and they're kind of speculating that this might happen.
Ooh,
here we go.
Another Yone.
The melee carries with the Ashe Seraphine is really, really nice. Ornn ultimate over the top. Again, massive massive amounts of CC here. Huge team fight for TLAW. Very, very strong group potential they have.
And while I think Ryze is fine in the 1v1 against Yone, it just feels hard to play Ryze into this team composition. There's so much CC in your relatively short range. If you ever walk too far forward, all of a sudden you're flash stunned there by Pantheon, then the Encore comes through, then the Fate Seal comes through, then the Crystal Arrow comes through, then the Call of the Forge God comes through.
We get a Rumble support. Look at that. Ooh. We got a last pick for the Zehen.
They're cooking.
So we are going to be cooking. The spicy hot pot is in the bottom lane already for when Jarvan comes. Okay.
This is pretty cool. When I've seen it, you know, people are doing like a couple points E and trying to just do it as like a poke lane basically, and you're trying to hit like Electro Harpoon into a root. Kind of the combo that we saw later in the game from Dokla, you know, with Berserker last game, but we'll see how it does actually in the 2v2.
Yeah, and again, since you're in the lane already from the beginning of the game, you get lots of value out of the equalizers early on the champions that don't have dashes. You know, low mobility for Ashe and for Seraphine, so they can definitely set up for Jarvan ganks fairly effectively. Rumble is a very high damage support. It is a little bit more risky with your positioning though, so Pantheon enemy jungle could be a deterrent, could be a factor here, especially because Jose has been very active and quite good this split.
It's also, from what I can see, this is the first time it's been played in any region this split in support. So no games have been played anywhere except top lane, actually, so far this split. This is something that has been played in the past, of course. You know, occasionally it's played in solo queue, but definitely not a... Yep, Keria. It's definitely not a popular pick by any means, and this split, first time seeing it. It is going to be hit or miss. I feel like if you get ahead, you can be really useful. But on these kind of picks, you are a melee damage carry in support. If you are losing, you are going to lose hard.
Exactly. You're going to be a cannon minion at that point. So the execution really needs to be there for the bottom lane duo. The other thing I'm going to be looking at here, impact on the Zehen. This champion, remember, you're not going to get the revive unless you're fully stacked on determination, and being able to stack that up can be very difficult with the amount of CC that you've already talked about. Fate Sealed into the Encores, into the Crystal Arrows, into the Call of the Forge God. If you're just getting juggled around, you're never going to fill up the blood.
I completely agree. I think what he is hoping for, though, is probably if they're full sending it on the Ryze or the Jhin, then you're kind of counter-engaging, right? You're going back in and you're trying to fight through them and hitting this front line and being able to turn around that way. But you can be the one getting engaged on too and burst down, just like you're saying.
And that definitely would be a huge weakness. The burst is very annoying to deal with. All right, harpoon shots that hit. We're counting these for evaluation
There was one.
of the Rumble support. So far, Huhi is smurfing.
Okay, does he have another harpoon about to get locked and loaded?
2 for 3.
Okay, that's a whiff. All right.
There was too much pressure. We started talking about it.
He just fired a fourth one. I think it hit. The
3 for 4.
jumped away
We'll count it.
right when it shot out.
Ooh, 4 for 5.
Okay.
But he dodged the Q.
You get more shots for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he tagged one on the side as the camera was panning away there.
Okay.
Jose, though, of course, he is clearing from bottom up towards top, so the Pantheon not going to have an early influence on that lane, and it's just up to Ashe Seraphine. Just, you know, try and farm here as you get harassed by the harpoons and the Jhin.
Yep.
And you get pushed into your tower, and they are doing that fairly effectively so far. Does hit the drop of the beat onto Huhi.
Drop of the beat.
And he's dropping at HP.
Yep, that was a nice drop on the health bar there. As meanwhile, back in the mid lane, we'll take a look at the Dark Wings versus Quid matchup. But right now, we've also got Jat standing by for an interview with TL coach Spawn.
Thanks. We're just talking about the early jungle pathing. You feel good about the start of this game?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that because obviously he tries to invade. Pantheon is a little bit slower than Jarvan, so now tempo lead's gone, so Pantheon should be pretty happy.
Sounds good. Also, it's been a minute. Welcome back. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good today. I actually had a really rough trip over here this time. I must be getting old because like jet lag completely destroyed me, but I'm good today.
Now that you're on site with the team, what do you expect to change, be different? What do you need to improve on?
Nothing really changes when I'm here, I think. Like, that's what I always say. People tell me otherwise, but I think like our stage drafts have been pretty good lately. So, you know, we'll just keep working on that and keep trying to hold our lead on first place, you know, up there with Cloud9.
All right, last question. What needs to go well in this game for you guys to win?
I don't think anything. I think they gave us probably like 4 of our 5 best champions, so hopefully we just play the game and win.
Support Rumble? Surprise?
I mean, everyone just tries to cheese us, apparently. Like, every single time there is a weird pick, it's against Team Liquid, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Spawn. I'll let you get back to it. Back to the catches.
Confident answer there from Spawn. We don't have to do anything special. Nothing has to go right. We got what we wanted.
And I think part of the reason for Hanbok spending that time to go for the invade, even though he doesn't get any camps or anything, again, he wants to get this vision ward. He wants to make sure that his Rumble Jhin lane that they're gambling on does have information and knows that Jose was clearing at least from bottom away towards that top side. And so he did leave behind that ward and did get that visual confirmation as they met up. It cost him a little bit of time, but it's not really bad at all. As you can see, he's right into his second clear anyway, just on time. So both junglers basically are mirrored. And now Hanbok knows, hey, I'm the one that's clearing towards bottom side. And so he can alert his bottom lane so they can play accordingly as well.
You can see up here in top lane, it's Morgan running the show on this Ornn. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much he can accomplish in the team fights with this. We know how scary of a team fighter it can be.
Yeah, and Morgan has already used his teleport, so Impact's just trying to hold the wave as much as he can. If he can prevent him from crashing this wave, trade as low as you can without dying, then you want to TP back. That is where things can get really good. But you have to be careful when you're getting this low to not actually die. But if you can prevent the wave from crashing, TP back in, sometimes you can actually get the Ornn stuck in lane.
Right now, Impact is really pushing Morgan back. The healing that Daejeon is able to get there with the grass proc alongside what's built into the kit is very effective at keeping that HP high enough to stay around. Huhi does get caught by the beat drop here yet again, and that's the majority of his health bar just gone. Scrap shield plus the flash to try to escape. Yon's ready to follow with a focus fire. First blood goes back over to Core JJ as Yon barely gets out, but Rahel makes sure it's an even trade.
Yeah, he gets him. He does end up having to burn the flash, and they are going to be like +1 summoners, or +2 actually for Core JJ. His heal will be back up earlier since he had used it during lane phase. So they get the kill onto the Rumble support, but you're losing minions to the tower afterwards because AD carry got killed. On the side of Sentinels, they still get to Rahel. Rahel still gets a push in. But Yon does not get that extra farm.
Yeah, exactly. And the kill went to Seraphine, not to Ashe, whereas went to Jhin on the other side. So it actually turns out pretty good for them. As Huhi walks forward, this is the combo. You get the auto attack from the Ashe, which gives you the slow application. Then the double E gets a stun. They flash in, but look at the damage. When you overheat on Rumble, support, top, doesn't matter. You are going to do a lot of damage. He has the Ignite, turns, fights. Rahel flashes in, does get that kill back. And it's really good in the short term. The question is, can you use those sums to get more later?
OP.
It is OP, huh? It's very infrequently used, as we went over, at least this year. And not even super frequently in the previous year, but Huhi here, a lot of unique champions.
This is the first time he's playing Rumble. 0 career Rumble games so far, and he has the 3rd most unique champions played in Tier 1 across the whole world. I'm assuming that's what that says, so pretty impressive stuff that now he's adding yet another one to the pool.
Yeah, it is really cool, right? And he is a player who, if you're a newer fan, he's been playing support for so long, a lot of newer fans don't even realize he was a mid laner, right?
Yeah.
And that is going to give you the advantage, having a lot of those unique champs. Because you have played across a lot of different eras and a lot of different roles.
So one thing that I'm going to be watching now, because Jose Diodo is level 6 and Yon is just about there, like 90% EXP. I feel like one of the things people really like to do with this Pantheon Ashe combo, when Ashe takes her recall, you just fire the arrow down mid, especially against a champion like Ryze that doesn't have an easy way to try to react to it without having to spend flash. And then if you hit, it's just Grand Starfall plus Yone over the top. There's no way to get out.
I think it could be really strong, but I also think when Rumble has no flash and Jhin has no flash or cleanse, I feel like you could just almost point and click, go down bot, and have him join there, No necessarily a reason to actually just risk doing that long-range shot, because you can just gank through lane, and I feel like it'll probably be pretty effective.
Let's see if Hanbok can make anything happen around this mid lane. He does have to sweep out this ward placed down by TL, so no opportunity for the Jarvan to unleash the Cataclysm here just yet, but he will maintain control over the Dragon Pit here with a control ward. Huhi level 5, Rahel level 6. That Rumble very, very close to unlocking the ultimate, and I'm really curious how well they'll be able to use that to continue trying to win these fights with the OP Rumble support.
And Yon has a Hawk Shot ready to use at the moment as well. Looks like they're going to go for the recall, but they could pop it over towards the Dragon as he does get his recall off, and the Dragon is started off here by Hanbok. So there it goes. They're going to get alerted, but they're not going to do anything about it. It's just, oh yeah, they're on it. You have time to go cross-map here. Pantheon could get some grubs or something.
Yep.
Impact's in a bit of a weird spot now. I was talking about it earlier, but one of the kind of weird dynamics sometimes about top lane is if you try to hold your TP to punish after the TP and then TP back and lane lock them, your teleport is so much delayed from the cooldown of where the Ornn is. So the Ornn TP'd back, and now Ornn has full prio in top lane because Impact's teleport wasn't back. So he just TP'd back with full health, bullied him out, and now Impact has to base, and you're losing a plate.
While down in bottom lane, Equalizer drops. Hanbok shows up, but LYON and Core JJ get themselves back to safety with the heal there from the Seraphine. Curtain Call doesn't accomplish a whole lot, so really Hanbok's presence not paying off very big down the bot side.
Yeah, not much damage there. They just kind of walk over the edge of the Rumble ultimate, and Seraphine shielding did a lot of that. So that's 2 ultimates invested from Sentinels without gaining very much at all. Darkwings, though, has been able to, you know, get some decent trades on Dequid, despite him being down in CS.
Yeah, and this is almost one more auto, and it's going to be a second plate for Morgan. Now he's up almost 400 gold against a Grasp Zehen. This is not even a Conqueror Zehen that's going more for the scaling rune. So I think, you know, Impact tried to get a situation early where he could lane lock him. That didn't work, and then he completely ruined his tempo because he had the much later teleport cooldown. Morgan TP'd back, and now Impact's in a bit of a bad spot. You know, you're in this matchup where you're wanting to be, you know, bullying this Ornn. You're taking the Grasp to be able to scrap with him early. And Morgan has played it very, very well.
And the enemy team has so much CC that it could be very difficult, like for Impact to even stack his passive up for the team fights later. You can get CC locked, you can get bursted down, as we were mentioning earlier. So maybe the Jarvan there could turn. There's a ward for Morgan, so the ward is going to see Hanbok. Morgan is still fine here. He's going to come down and just keep vision on Hanbok, stop his recalls, harass him, make sure enemy jungle pressure is absorbed for as long as possible. And look at the minimap, even Yona gets a push up on mid. Pantheon's going for a wrap around towards bottom.
Let's see if Jose Diodo can accomplish what Hanbok couldn't and make something happen down here in the bottom lane. LYON and Core about to crash this wave. Huhi has 5 seconds left on the Equalizer. Could be a big game changer in preventing a tower dive. As we will see Hanbok heading out of the base down towards the bottom side. Jose Diodo just going to go ahead and back off. Discretion being the better part of valor on this one, and they're not going to send the tower dive.
Yeah, I think that is the right choice. If you dive there and Hanbok shows up and you have the Equalizer, that could be a complete disaster. So they don't find the angle to make the play.
And they just shot the Hawk shot straight up there. We saw the Hawk shot go through, so good information gathering first before you take any risks.
And it looks like a little sense of deja vu down here as Hanbok tries to show up yet again. The Equalizer doesn't do enough to stop the retreat of LYON and Core, and they just kind of walk it off.
And that one, honestly, is on Rahel again. He missed the Deadly Flourish. If your Deadly Flourish is on point, at least you got a flash or something, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to set this up with Equalizer into Deadly Flourish, which allows Hanbok to get in range for Flag and Drag. And if you get hit by one, you're going to get hit by all of it, right? And that's kind of what they're banking on. But when you drop the Equalizer and the Deadly Flourish misses, you look kind of silly. Like, it's just a wasted ultimate. They just walk it out and nothing happens.
Plus, without that Equalizer around, that's just that much less care, that much less respect that LYON and Core have to give towards Rumble support alongside this Jhin combo. Back up in the top side, though, didn't get to comment on it a moment ago when it first occurred, but that MasterCard power spike there from Morgan, completing the Thornmail when you're up against this pure physical enemy champion and a pure physical damage jungler, I feel like Morgan's just not afraid of anything Sentinels has to throw at him right now.
Maybe he'll be afraid of the support Rumble magic damage later, huh, Flowers?
Okay, maybe support Rumble will be the boogeyman in the closet to try to scare the big bad
lane
Ornn.
against him.
Yeah.
He's gonna roast him up.
All right, that's gonna be the answer for
Prove the
Ornn.
day you underestimated the support Rumble.
All right, Morgan's going to have his himself tested once he comes face to face with that Rumble. But you know what? We might actually see them come face to face sooner than later because it's 60 seconds until the next Drake spawns. Morgan has his teleport ready to go. Impact has his as well. So if the teams want to fight over this one, we could get a much larger fight than we've seen so far in the game.
Yeah, we absolutely could. And I mean, both teams, as you said, are kind of ready to go. Everyone's got their summoners up. Everyone is online. So if we do have a fight, it'll be a very explosive one.
Yeah, and I like what I'm seeing on the side of TL. We have the Blade of the Ruin King already done for Quid on the Yone. That is, it is huge for him. And man, the ultis that they will bring to this fight. Now Kraken also done for LYON. So, you know, everybody basically on their full item power spikes except for Impact. No Trinity Force, which is a fairly expensive one.
Yep. Or Impact still having to juggle those Trinity pieces around as he tries to push Morgan back, get every little bit of damage that he can. Morgan's still walking it off, but no, Jose Diodo getting caught here with the bot side. River, but Team Liquid's ready for the counterpunch. Quid goes in for the Fate Sealed. It's a 1-0 here at the very start as the Encore's looking to make it 2. He tries to flash away, but the Pantheon's ready to follow. Jose Diodo chasing him down. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to guarantee it, and Team Liquid picks up a couple.
Yone, man, he got his Blade of the Ruin King dunk, and they could easily counter that play. Jose blocks so much at his Pantheon. He has his flash, he uses directional immunity, backs off, and then Quid sees the angle, goes right in, uses the ulti, gets the kill, and that's a recipe for a free dragon. So here's another look. They're making the move towards mid. Jose, he goes in for the stun. Boom, he stopped. Look at how much damage is blocked by his directional immunity. And then he also flashes. And since you're fully committed in it, they're able to get the counter kill. Core then goes for the attempt at another one, and he was able to lock down the Rumble long enough that it's easy follow-up. And you're just seeing the luxury of having so much CC here. The effective...
Don't read those lips.
the effective... We're just going to gloss over that. The effective Yone ultimate, and then the effective ult flash from Core JJ, and then the LYON, very easy, like point-blank Ash Arrow just to follow up and ensure that they're going to kill that Rumble. So really nicely kind of set up there and then responded by TL.
And it's not just that they got the kills on Hambach and Huhi. Both of them tried to flash to get themselves out and still died anyway. So it's that much more insult added to injury here as Sentinels find themselves 1,500 gold behind. Quid putting the pressure on the Impact up here in the top side as well. Yeah, you finally got your Trinity Force complete on the Zehen, but now you're dealing with Blade of the Ruin King with the upgraded Berserker Greaves Yone. It's just not a fun time for Impact.
And it's a Quid Yone. Quid has one of the highlight reels, one of the best LCS Quid highlight reels, Yone highlight reels that we have ever had. Also just interviewed Saint after their game, and he said Quid definitely has the best mechanics of any mid laner, so we'll see if those are on display at this Rift Herald fight.
Okay, Hambach wants to try to challenge for the Herald, but it's already going to get smote down by Jose Diodo as he tries to make his exit now. Quid still hanging out over the wall, jumps in with a soul unbound. They want this damage onto Hambach, but it's Jose Diodo staying alive for now. Again, that directional immunity buying him so much time. Now Huhi is just left to die. Team Liquid can do no wrong in these river fights as Rahel's about to drop to Quid, but he has to back away a little bit further now. Quid finally gets shut down, but Rahel does die. Yes, Impact is going to get his resurrection, but they're just going to kill him again right after. It's a slaughter for TL.
Quid is ripping apart Sentinels, the entire team. Meanwhile, the Rise, bottom lane, ripping apart that tower. He does keep split pushing. He's split pushing down there. We're going to see the teleports come in, but look at this. Over the wall, they're looking for it. Quid immediately ease to follow and kind of protect Jose here. So even though they pull off their patented combo, the Jarvan ulti and the Rumble ultimate, Quid is pulling off his patented combo with the rest of the team here. You know, setting him up, giving him a lot of room to play in.
Oh no, Darkwing's just finding himself caught out down here. Jose Diodo, it's just that easy for the Pantheon to get another one. 3-0-3. The jungle gap this game is massive.
It really is, and I mean, Darkwing stayed down there. He did get first tower, so that is something that they got, but dying off the back of that, and then Morgan gets tower right back on the top side. That is brutal, and I feel like I maybe learned something new in that replay because it looked like the directional immunity was working on the Rumble's equalizer based on their positioning, which I didn't actually know that it worked on the dot if you're standing on it.
Yeah, as long as you point it at the champion, the champion that casted whatever it is.
It's a mind game.
Then it'll work.
I stare at you, your bomb doesn't hurt me.
I also would say, you know, some of the drawbacks here, if you have Rise, which is like a very historic split push champion, and you don't have teleport, yeah, it is nice to have the extra movement, you know, and have double sums with Ghost and Flash, but relying on only Realm Warp for rotating around the map can also be a bit of a hindrance. And I think TLAW has this game right where they want it. It's basically they're super rich, and Jose can come flying out of the skies anywhere on the map. These towers are starting to go down, so there's not a lot of safe space for Sentinels anymore. The Grand Starfall can come down right on your head.
Grand Starfall, Enchanted Crystal Arrow to follow it up or set up for it. Morgan can bring in the Call of the Forge God from a long way away here too. We've only got 60 seconds until the next dragon spawns, so I guess if you're looking for silver linings for Sentinels, at least because they got one of these first Drakes, it's not like Team Liquid is going to be moving to Soul Point if they take this, because I feel like if you're Sentinels, you do not want a fair fight out in the open at an objective right now.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it is going to be really, really tough, but It's hard to think how you want to play this out because you're not really stronger in sides. You're not stronger in 5v5. There's not a lot of things that are kind of working for them. You know, these extended fights can be pretty good for impact, but you get that passive bar all the way stacked up, and then Morgan just backs off and lets it expire.
Plus, if I'm counting like, oh, who loves extended fights, and you look across and the enemy team has Ashe, Seraphine, and Yone.
It's like, okay.
It's like, ah, dang, we're fighting an uphill battle here. 4 people are going top for Morgan, though.
Okay.
Before the map went dark right now, I saw 4 Sentinels walking their way up, and Jin even kind of hovering that way too. I mean, Morgan, you cannot ask for more out of your Ornn pick, right? It's like, you got an Ornn pick into a Zehen, and you're even +3 CS. You basically, the enemy tower is already dead. You provide so much value, you're already upgrading your own item, and you can start to upgrade your teammates' items. So
yeah.
Job very well done, sir.
He's exactly where he needs to be, already hitting that point like you're saying, where the upgraded items are coming through, is just going to make this lead for TL that's already on paper super far ahead be even more so. Sentinels are quickly running out of any sort of recourse to deal with this, and now TL just doing what TL does once they're ahead. They invade the enemy jungle, they take away resources, they starve Sentinels out, and it's getting harder and harder for Sentinels to own anything on Summoner's Rift.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about it a lot ever since even this roster was formed, but the signing of both Quid and Jose Deodo, these two together, have had a lot of really big performances for the team, even in some of the games where they were not successful. And so people obviously always looking for a lot out of these two. Quid last week, we were quite critical because he had a unexpectedly underperforming game, and it was quite surprising because he is usually so good, and it's nice to see immediately right back to business as usual for him.
Oh, and here comes the Wombo combo. Call of the Forge God into the Grand Starfall. Darkwings' Rise is just not participating in this first game, but Jose Deodo's Pantheon is racking up kill after kill. 5-0-3 now, 8 out of 10 kill participation. The guy is just making play after play, and now with the enemy team's support and mid laner down, Team Liquid's just taking the opportunity to start up a 20-minute Baron, while Quid is in a 1v2 against Rahel and Hambach, and he's winning. Morgan shows up just to make sure that Sentinel stays as far away from the Baron pit as possible, and TL is going to get this one for free.
Yeah, I mean, this tells you everything you need to know about the game. There's 2 Sentinels wards on the 20-minute Baron, and they still can't go there.
Yeah, you just have to stay all the way away from it. Watch as the Baron dies. Smoke down, 6,000 gold lead now for TL. The night is getting very dark very quickly here for Sentinels.
Yeah, absolutely is. This is a tough one for Sentinels. They're going to have to find some pretty big picks, I think, to have any chance of doing something in this game. Feels like it has to be a fight where maybe you one-shot LYON, you know, if you catch him right off the bat and kill him, but the counter engage is so good and everyone else is so fed that I don't even know if it's going to matter at this point. But, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the mid-jungle for TL, like you were touching on, Kobe, because Quid obviously came in with super high expectations. He was like the hottest offseason aspect.
Yeah.
Whereas Jose, a lot of people were kind of disappointed. Well, we wanted Inspired. You know, what is Jose doing here? Like, why is he showing up? But Jose has been incredible this split.
And now Sentinels are at least trying to get something, but Jose Deodo is utterly undeterred. Darkwings caught off on the side as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to lock up Impact. Darkwings first to fall as Sentinels scatter. Impact and Huhi both still trying to escape, but Jose Deodo finds one more stun, forces out a defensive Grim Deliverance. And the only thing Impact can deliver is himself to safety, but ever so barely. The whole jungle is owned by Team Liquid. The bottom lane tier 2 is going to get knocked down by Quid. The mid lane tier 2 is about to die to the rest of the team, and Sentinels just can't do anything.
Yeah, they're going to try, though.
Well, it better be one hell of a try, because you're running out of chances. Quid already grabs the kill there onto Huhi. It's a double for Quid before they even get Impact in there. And LYON's just going to focus fire the Zehen. Jose Deodo with the Grand Starfall 2 feet away as Impact tries to hide in the jungle, escaping the Team Liquid bounty hunters, but it's not going to happen. Jose Deodo dominating Team Liquid on the victory march.
Impact was that meme of the pizza delivery coming to the apartment that's all on fire. he teleported in. Hey,
Two guys are already dead. Everybody else is running away. Now the base is shattered. Jose Dioto just WTF.
They're all just instantly flashing over after him. This game's already over, Flowers.
Yeah, this one's done. 23 minutes in, 14-2, 11,000 gold lead. I think Spawn was right on the money. Team Liquid got what they wanted. Everything went according to plan. Jose Dioto jumping in, looking for yet another kill here on the Hambach, who manages to fly in only to die. He gets ran down by LYON with a focus fire. Darkwing's just trying to distract him from the Nexus, but he'll only serve to pad the stats. Team Liquid wins at 18-2.
Look at their cams. They won that game so hard, not a single TL player was even smiling.
Sentinels, according to Spawn, gave TL 4 of their 5 best champions.
Yeah.
So,
intentionally,
with a
because
master stroke, fearless, exactly.
Yeah, just get rid of all
They're
of them.
all gone now.
Well, but
so how do you like that?
There's still one left, though. 4 out of 5 means 1 out of 5
Renekton, I'm assuming, maybe,
out there.
for Morgan. Who do you think was the one who wasn't on his best?
I don't think Rumble is his favorite champion, but maybe it's Spawn's favorite for their team. I would agree with you, though. It might be Renekton.
Well, let's see if that's what they get, because Team Liquid is going right back into this with the same strategy they started off in draft in the previous one. They want to keep the Skarner away from Hambach. He is like the premier Skarner in LCS right now. Other side, we're going to see the Nocturne and the Jace banned out by Sentinels.
And if you're evaluating by, like, chat opinion, the sin of giving over Ashe Seraphine and then picking Jhin yourself,
jail.
It's like the
jail.
Most egregious
Off
of all
with
sins.
your head.
Yeah. Under the jail.
Under the
jail.
Dungeon.
Under the jail. The graves that are dug below the jail.
Yup, down in the molten core of the earth. Golden Glue, I still love you, brother. But yeah, it's Jhin into Ashe Seraphine.
Okay,
It did not work.
For bottom lane, things that are still up, there are still more sins that can be committed. Varus and
the angle you're gonna look at.
Varus, Ezreal, Karma is not banned this time around, so there's a lot more in the bottom lane.
Too, like you're saying. I mean, Varus is a perma ban generally, and
I like Karma
too.
Ezreal so much, though.
I think it's gonna be a trade, right? Like, surely you don't ban it now. You probably just go for a trade, take Karma for the Varus.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? Orianna, Akali also banned out. There's a couple mid laners targeted here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because I feel like at this point you have 2 Giga OPs that are always perma banned. If you ban one, the other team just gets the other one for free, right? Like, you got to trade. So they are going to get the potential Karma Ezreal here, which is, I'm assuming, what they will take. And then we have to see what the pairing is going to be with the Varus.
You could do Karma and then grab your jungler instead here.
Yeah.
Because you obviously know they're not going to.
I just mean for the 2v2 event.
Yeah. You know they're not going to grab the Ezreal, so could do that.
Ezreal support.
I was about to facetiously make that joke.
Just wait until next season. Wait, next week even with the new season. You can have jungle Ezreals and you can have mid lane Ezreals next season. So maybe we're 1 week too early.
I still have a long-seated problem with jungle Ezreal, because he ruins jungle items for actual
jerk.
Runeglaive, Spirit of Elder Lizard, everything is made for junglers. Ezreal just takes and he ruins it and makes the devs even nerf it or remove it.
I mean, I abused it every time that it was good. So.
Part of the problem.
You know what? The problem is too big, Flowers. If you don't become part of it, then you're just going to be on the receiving end. Anyways, they did exactly as I said.
Become part of the problems.
Exactly. Focus up, boys.
This is not life advice. Don't.
We got all kinds of life advice. Raz is like, yeah, everyone falls out of touch eventually. And Kobe's like, if people are causing problems, just cause problems too. It's easier than
You need to be part of the problem.
It is a lot easier than fixing it.
It's true. It's true.
Well, Jose Dioto was a problem last game, and he's on the Xin Zhao this game. I feel like he's going to be a problem for Sentinels again.
Yeah. So they do the kind of expected opener here. You grab this in, which, as you're saying, can work really well when you have Karma powering it up, and so they'll probably just go for the Ezreal to round it out, but so Ezreal doesn't get banned in the next couple of bans from Sentinels.
Yeah.
Trundle is always a decent answer into Xin early on, because you can win the duels, and your pillar is a very useful tool in picking off Xin in the mid game, because he has no escapes, of course. That plus Bard makes me think Sentinels actually have a lot of pick potential here, so I kind of do like what they're cooking. Plus, it does dissuade Morgan from now going for a blind, pick on a tank or anything like that because you already have the Trundle. So it's kind of working on a couple of fronts here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I will say the Bard obviously is a strong laner, can be powerful, but when you already know that one of the carriers is Ezreal, like you know that Ezreal was going to be coming through once we saw the Karma. Like that was just going to happen. And Quid is going to have the info that you are playing against a Bard, so he doesn't have to play a low mobility champion either. Bard, I always feel like, is so much more difficult to pilot when you're playing against two champions with dashes that are the ones you're trying to hit. It's just makes it way more difficult.
You're not getting that guaranteed value by firing off the Tempered Fate and demanding a flash as a response at least. Going into our second half of the bans here, Sylas banned away on the Sentinel side while Yorick is the ban for TL.
Well, another one of Morgan's strong champions is Gnar, or they could go full poke with a Jace. So the Yorick ban actually does protect against a couple of those top lane picks for Morgan. Jace was banned, never mind. So they don't need further protection against that, but the Gnar, could be an option for him because that's a very versatile champ, right? You know, it can side lane, it can play team fights as well, so. All
right, what's our last? Okay, the Annie banned away again. Remember, this was one of the second half bans in game number 1 as well. What's the last one going to be here for Sentinels alongside this Sylas?
Yeah, the Sylas is interesting to me. I'm just trying to think, is it just that Impact just wants to blind the Gnar? Like, that kind of has to be something like that because, generally you are thinking about the answers that Sylas is really, really scary into. Gnar, like you mentioned, things like Alistar, but obviously that's not this game. Things like Malphite, but I don't think Malphite really fits this game. So it kind of feels like Impact probably wants to play the Gnar, and that's kind of like my best guess. So, both the Jax and the Sylas ban are things that can be a little bit annoying for Gnar. And it's probably just going to be some sort of safe blind, but Morgan could even just take it himself, and then the Sylas ban ends up just helping.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because of they're the ones who banned the Yorick to set up. I think the Sylas is probably opening for mid lane there for Darkwings. Only really like Photon used it as the counter for top side.
There's just not a lot of mid lane matchups that I'm thinking about. So
Varus top. Varus swap.
Okay, Varus top for Impact, Caitlyn Bard bottom.
This is a really good pivot, honestly, because the Caitlyn Bard is quite good to or can be good versus the Ezreal Karma. It depends on if you hit your skill shots.
I love TF here. I think that makes so much sense. If you go TF into the Varus, like have fun playing the side lane. And honestly, I mean, Impact, maybe I am being unfair because he has been playing so many different champions this year. He was most fearless player in Lock-In. He's been playing a lot of different stuff in this split, but he's the top laner that I would think would be most, like, I would expect the least, excuse me, I would expect the least to play the Varus top. Like, it just does not feel like an Impact champion to me at all. I don't know, maybe he's going to totally prove me wrong, but I'm struggling to see Impact on an AD carry.
I also like this pivot, though. So instead of going for the TF to do, TF ults, of course, for the side lanes to punish both the Varus and the Caitlyn Bard lane here, if you go a LeBlanc, it is another poke champion when you're looking at no point-and-click CC.
Yeah.
It is so hard to punish Quid later on in the game. It's like Impact has to be a sniper and just nail him with the Varus ultimate. Otherwise, you cannot do much against this LeBlanc poking you out and finding angles. And Quid did have a very good opening game here. Plus, it gives you a very good mid-jungle with the Xin. So I kind of like this angle, actually, investing in the LeBlanc.
Plus, what you were talking about earlier, Isaac, you see the Bard on the enemy team, you play something immobile like a TF, the Tempered Fate is going to have greater efficacy against that. LeBlanc just distorts out of it every single time.
Yep, and when you're talking about the mid-jungle, I'm immediately thinking, if I'm playing something like Trundle Jungle, and I'm trying to gank a LeBlanc, good luck.
Like, no.
You walk straight at him, you just get chained, he distorts over your pillar. The chain also follows Aurora across the Veil. You can actually land that through that little invisibility hop, so some pretty good interactions there. And also, just straight up, every single person except the Trundle is squishy. Super squishy. LeBlanc has 4 great targets this game.
I have to call out the opening all chat here because Impact, obviously a very long time Team Liquid former member, and LYON here is immediately spamming in chat, XD all caps, Impact, you're a changed man. Ha ha ha, what's up? Obviously referring to the Varus. There is history here as far as when Impact was on the team with LYON, him trying to get him to play top lane Varus or something.
So the chat we are showing, it's very different than what it's happening because it's saying open as though like it makes it seem like he's saying open.
The next line.
It's open-minded.
Yeah,
he's saying he's open-minded.
Yeah.
So that's very
okay.
different than just like open. We lost.
Yeah,
you know,
I thought that's what I interpreted.
that's what open generally means when you see it in solo queue is like open nexus. But he's saying he's open-minded.
That's an unfortunate cutoff of the chat lines. There were 3 more lines after that. Yeah, so Impact, this is the history that we are talking about, and his record versus Team Liquid.
Yep, as well as his record on Team Liquid, almost 65%. It was with them, obviously, through a lot of their success, this massive title run that they had, the back-to-back-to-back-to-back. And against TL, has done pretty well considering how dominant they are, but is a little bit below that 50-50.
And the most surprising part about that last stats is his record versus TL after getting kicked is the positive one. 2-1. Sentinels, of course, did get the upset and won the first time around. This is a champion pool thing you are alluding to, though, quite early on, where Impact has played a significant amount of champions, but not necessarily the main tanks that people think of. I will say, though, Shen is a classic Impact tank, and, of course, the Galio up there as well.
Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 champions that I think if you asked people other than Impact, because I know when I talk to him, he doesn't really view himself as a tank player. He just views himself as like a meta player, right? He'll play whatever he thinks is strong. But we will get back to that because we have Raz standing by with Golden Glue.
Oh, don't you worry, guys. We're continuing the conversation. I have Golden Glue right next to me, and we're going to be talking about the Impact Varus top lane. He's a new man. He's a changed man, is he?
Yeah, we're very open-minded, like Hongdae guy. That's us in draft today.
Is that a saying, by the way? Because he typed that in the chat just now.
Yeah, it's a saying. You haven't heard it? You're not chronically online enough then. Yeah.
Apparently not. You're going up against 2 coaches that you know very well. Spawn, who's just in the country, and also your former assistant coach. Is there any banter, any kind of conversation you guys had coming into this?
No, I got to see them before the game, and we chatted a little bit. But it's all fun and games. They're kind of teasing about all our flex picks, and then I was just talking about to them how it didn't work out for us last game. So, yeah, they're good guys, and I love to play and compete against them.
All right, sweet. Just last question before we go. Is there anything that you want to see different from the last game to this one?
I hope we don't get rolled like we did last game, man. That was a stomp. I think we had like a lot of control in mid-bottom, and we didn't really translate it into much. I think this game we have a bit spicy lanes, right? We have Vayne into Nara, and the mid-match was also spicy. So I hope to see that we track their jungle. Uh-oh, Zinzao's wrapping around top as we speak. I was going to say track their jungle well and we don't die to ganks, but...
Let's see how it goes. Take it away, Grayson.
Is he fine? He's fine. He has to burn 2 suns. Oh my god, he didn't flash. Oh my god.
There's the response to that one. I'm going to send this one straight to the casters. I appreciate it, Grayson. You can go back to the room. There it is.
I think we need to cut out the part of that interview after we have another gank here, though, Flowers.
Yeah, Hambach showing up, trying to gank Quid. The distortion gets him away initially. The chain just roots Hambach up. Quid does have to flash at least, so they will get the summoner spell out of the LeBlanc there. But one thing that I did want to mention real quick as well, talking about summoner spells, Impact has exhaust on the Varus.
Well,
so
he did have it.
Yeah, he had exhaust. He used exhaust, and now
he died, and he used flash and died also. So
I love the fact that Jose targeted him early because non-teleport top laner getting punished early, it's just nightmare mode instantly.
Yeah, it is really, really tough. Of course, not as bad this season because you have home guards and all that, but still brutal, and Morgan got the kill.
Did the fact that he has exhaust bait himself into thinking I can live without flashing because I will exhaust this guy might actually be part of the problem, because as Golden Glue is saying, oh, he didn't flash early and then he still flashed late, Flowers. Yeah, that's double bad. My favorite part about the interview though is we need to cut out the little insert of the question. Raz says, any last words, Golden Glue?
Well, any last words? He has to flash away, barely stays alive on his Bard, as now it's another 1v1 up here on the top side. Morgan is quickly going to make it an unfair fight, though. Impact still trying to get away. There's your win becomes lightning, but it doesn't hit the target. So Impact lives this time, but he's got to hoof it all the way back once he recalls.
Any last words, Golden Glue? I hope we don't get rolled. That's the end of the quote.
Yeah, that was the best possible
I hope
response.
we don't get rolled.
I mean, that immediately into watching the hope fade from his eyes as his top laner
He's
dies.
like, is he fine?
Oh, he can just
flash.
use both flat summoners. Oh, he didn't flash.
Hey, okay.
The double, oh my God, at the end of it too was just.
Being a coach isn't stressful at all.
Yeah, Raz, please go check on Golden Glue. We got to make sure he's okay. Quid's under a little bit of threat here from Dark Wings as he goes between worlds, but Core JJ is ready to show up, making sure his mid laner stays safe here.
Narrator, they did get rolled.
Yeah, this is already a 1,000.
In game number one, the rolling is still a process of rolling here. Okay,
they're getting momentum.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, we've got control over this topside river and Scuttle Crab here for Team Liquid. Impact wants to walk down. Jose Dioto is going to see the Varus immediately. Finds the third talent strike there onto Hambach. The Trundle doesn't have an ulti to keep himself tanky. Jose Dioto gets the kill. He's still alive, but he does finally fall. He hanging around, but does not want to stick around all the way for this one, as Impact is trapped in the grub pit as a lone Varus. He is not getting out of this one.
The rolling continues.
Yep, that snowball's getting bigger. We'll put it like that. The
rolling will continue until morale improves. This is not going great for the Sentinels.
Yeah,
They've been rolled, but they haven't been smoked yet.
Debatable after game one. Was 23 minutes.
Let's take another look at this topside rolling.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Impact comes down, but they know he has no flash. They try to go in. They use the Chains of Corruption. They're hoping, hey, maybe we can burst down Jose. But the fact that Core is here early buys so much time with the Mantra Inspires, with the shields coming out, makes it just way too hard for them to be able to take him down.
And I had to say, as funny as the story is, the TL side of this, Flowers, you are enjoying this. Your eyes are so big.
Once you start doing the thing where you push your own cheeks up and do like the blowfish face, you know that you're just like, you're on another planet right now. Despair has consumed this man's soul.
I think I might have started to get numb to the Golden Glue reactions.
They're never going to get old for me, man. There's your wallet from Morgan. Exhaust thrown out by Impact to try to keep himself protected enough to survive this. Morgan's going to miss the boulder toss there. Steps right on up, does get rooted. Morgan is low. Oh. It's actually the 1v1 win there for Impact, but this is the fourth if you count the topside river fight time that Jose Dioto has showed up. He knows there's an enemy top lane AD carry, and he is Xin Zhao. The assignment is understood and accepted. Sentinel's going to go ahead and begin the dragon themselves, at least, as Quid goes aggressive here towards Darkwing, is going to find that second Chains of Corruption. Flashwood becomes lightning, but it misses. Jose Dioto doesn't quite have the distance, and Darkwings gets away.
Ooh, just barely short on that one.
Yeah, bot lane now. Problems for Core JJ and Team Liquid as Sentinels manages to pick up a kill.
Problems for Core, solutions for Sentinels, perhaps.
Nice sidestep there by LYON, getting out of the way of the Tempered Fate just in time. Even in the 1v2, he is undeterred. True Shot Barrage collides with Rahel, but not enough damage for LYON to try to finish this one.
Yeah, he was really trying to grab him with the binding there, but he got 2 minions, and so LYON is able to Arcane Shift forward, get some damage done. Jose is back.
Here it is again.
By the way, Impact is for sure counting the number of times that he's going top. Every top laner keeps a tally of every jungler every time they show their faces up here. Now he has no flash.
This is bullying the elderly.
No, this. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I played normals or flex queue with you, and you're like, "Hey man, can we get a gank top? This guy's already been here 5 times."
He keeps a tally, does he?
I'm like, "Don't worry, we got dragon."
Yeah, I can count the ganks because I can't count the minions I'm getting because they're not getting any.
It is worth being said though, Sentinels, trying to salvage something here on the bottom side of the map, getting the kill on bottom side, getting the dragon on bottom side, focusing towards their mid game.
All right, Impact's going to get this wave shoved in at least, as they did have Hambach shadowing to make sure it wasn't just another Jose Dioto party.
And Huhi roam along with Hambach.
Ooh, finding Jose Dioto here in the jungle. Even though that third talent strike did get the knock-up onto Hambach, there's no way for Jose to get away. And this is what we're talking about. Trundle can be so effective against these diver-type champions, as Darkwing's now under the pressure from Quid. Meanwhile, topside, it's Morgan finally on the receiving end of the gank squad. Hambach's going to pick up another one, and Sentinels take the kill lead.
And you know what makes Trundle really effective? When he's got a Bard roaming with him, because all of a sudden you can go through walls. You have a stun on your team right next to you. Huhi here, the veteran, one of the many veterans on the team, making a big difference with some Bard roam timers for the team to go help out Hambach. And deal with Jose's assault on the top side. Now he's back bottom, and
yeah, Huhi wrapping around there with a magical journey as Rahel tries to get away, and LYON is just going aggro, goes on the magical journey to get himself back away, but he's caught by the Tempered Fate as Hambach shows up on the left side flank, and LYON is out of there. Dark Wings takes the kill as Core JJ is slowed down by the pillar, ace in the hole from downtown to set it up. Huhi's gonna grab the kill. Gentlemen, the game is back to dead even.
Huhi has unrolled the Sentinels here. When we have Bard, you usually want to start creating plays, creating chaos like this, but one of the best things is to go attack enemy jungle and then do a quick reset into another play. Bard is one of the best champions at doing that because you can immediately recall, go to another magical journey, and look at the magical journey that LYON went on. He was like super deep, then flash forward to go for put the pressure on Rahel, still gets caught up here, and Huhi is just kind of creating a lot here out of nothing for Sentinels. Making some plays, roaming around, that's what you have to do on this champion. And so you go to your Trundle and you really just open up so many possibilities for what that champion usually cannot do with a lot of the extra CC and a lot of extra mobility afforded to you, has got Sentinels right back to parity here in the mid game. And since they got the early dragon in payment for the topside focus, Jose though.
Yep, Jose Diodo has found another AD carry to chase down, but Rahel manages to escape, does have to spend the flash to do it.
Yeah, exactly. The other AD carry, all right, he's got hands. We're going to try this AD carry on for Sass.
We're going to mess with this guy a little bit now. LYON has to back up here in mid lane as he does show up. Make sure that Ezreal doesn't play too audaciously.
Yeah, I mean, Hambach, despite the amazing start for Jose where it felt like he's gank, Hambach has the same amount of kills, more assists. You know, he's right there in gold and has the Triforce completed. So Hambach is doing really, really well. And Impact, with a little bit of help from his team and some good individual plays, has gotten right back into this game.
Yeah, Hambach's also ahead on 1 in Animal Snackies, so that much closer to getting the fully upgraded Smite.
That's when Jose says, yeah, but that was support diff. That's our favorite phrase. As junglers, everybody else on the map always cries jungler diff, but junglers, we cry support diff.
I'm with you, buddy. It's not my fault. It's his. As Impact now under pressure yet again. Jose Diodo once more looking to visit the top lane. Finds the wind become lightning on this one. Core JJ backing him up with the Mantra-empowered Inner Flame. Jose Diodo exhausted now by that Varus, and Morgan can't get involved fast enough. So Impact does survive, but again, that's going to cost us exhaust. It's going to force him back, and you can just see the difference here. Morgan's up over 20 farm.
Did Jose's Q3 expire there or something? It looked like when he flashed back in, I assumed he was flashing back in to actually try to knock him up, but didn't have anything there. So I'm kind of curious as to what happened, because that seemed like if you don't have your Q knock-up ready, that seemed like a random flash to me.
Well, hopefully we'll get to take a look at it in the replay and see if that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, Kobe's investigating. We got him on the case.
All right, Detective Kobe will figure out whether or not that was the truth, as Impact now under pressure from Quid. The LeBlanc looking for these AD carries yet again. This is what we mentioned in draft. This pick is so powerful against 4 squishies. And I mentioned that, you know, Morgan's up over 20 farm in the top lane. Quid is up 145 to 113 in mid. The solo lanes are very far ahead on the TL side.
I mean, Quid is doing really well in the 1v1. I do think it's a pretty difficult one for Aurora, and Quid is obviously very strong. TP coming in.
Yeah, Core JJ sidestepping the Tempered Fate, keeping it alive for now, but Dark Wings has arrived. Core taking a ton of burst here, barely walks away, but the Between Worlds takes him out.
It looks like, so he charges in, and instead of autoing, he casts the ult, and then the Varus was too far out of range. So the Q expires later. He still had it. He charged in and then immediately casted ult.
That's a couple mechanical misplays from Jose, which is pretty rare. He's been so on point this season. The W flash that missed in mid lane, flashing in and going for the ult before the Q, so then Varus gets out of range in top lane. So that's a couple little things that could have gotten them some kills potentially, but TL is still doing pretty well, up 700 gold. But Sentinels took what looked like, we were joking about it because it looked like the game was completely over in the first couple minutes. Sentinels has 2 dragons and is only down 500 gold, so honestly doing a great job.
All right, Jose and Quid looking to make the move onto Darkwings here. The Aurora nearly completely out of mana, but he does have Hambach nearby to protect him. Team Liquid still going to acquire the first turret for themselves, though, knocking down the tier 1 in bottom lane. We've got Rift Herald now on the map here, too. 15 minutes and just about 30 seconds on the clock, and you can see Huhi prowling around in the top side jungle, trying to maintain control over this area, making sure that if they can't control it entirely themselves, they can at least contest it.
Okay, we've got a new addendum for Jose. He still doesn't get it, but he only got 2 auto attacks off anyway, so he was just exhaust slowed, so he couldn't get in range.
Auto.
So just couldn't get the last one.
Fair enough.
Exhaust slow is is good enough.
Team Liquid is going to go ahead and start up the Herald for themselves. Huhi and Hambach hanging around. The Trundle not anywhere close to hitting level 11 here just yet as Impact gets rooted up by Quid. Morgan tosses in a boulder. The Ignite down onto the Varus, and Quid picks up an easy one there. This is a rough game for Impact, and the Tier 1 turret is about to fall at the same time. Jose's taking the Herald at the same time. This is a bad time for Sentinels.
I mean, this is the game that every top laner is going to be linking to their teammates when they are playing against a ranged top laner. They're like, hey guys, this is how you do it. Because when you're playing against Varus in an isolated 1v1, you really can't do much in a lot of matchups. It's very hard to win, even if you have a gold advantage. As we saw Morgan get solo killed in a 1v2, even when Impact was behind. But they are punishing him, and Huhi in trouble.
Yeah, Huhi forced to use the flash there. He was barding a little too hard.
I mean, he's been working overtime this game. I mean, he's been trying his hardest, trying to create plays to get them to, back into the game, and he's the only one still with a gold lead after it because of that, and grabbing a couple of the last hits. But it's really, really hard at this point with the map so overwhelmingly in Team Liquid favor.
Yeah.
TLS has all of their outer towers, and you have lost both side lane towers, so you just have so much less room to work with. And since Varus, like, you don't never get safer later. You have no flash right now for Impact, and being down so much gold, he's trying to push out, and then he hovers him a little bit, but still there's not a lot of safety on the map for Sentinels, so they're going to try and create something mid instead.
He fires off the Tempered Fate, but LYON just sidesteps it, confident there. Quid finally shows up here, finds a big chunk of damage under the Hell. Half HP, all that's left there on the Caitlyn. I also always keep my eye out for Battle Heralds in these bottom side river fights in the second half of the 10-minute to 20-minute era. So let's see if that's what we get, or if they're just going to use it here. As we do have, oh no, it's another potential kill. Huhi tries to get away, but no, Morgan picks that one up. Team Liquid, they might be down in kills, but they're up over 3,000 gold. The Herald's going to guarantee they take out the final Tier 1 turret. Jose fishes for a little bit more, but no wind becomes lightning on that one. But it's Team Liquid controlling the enemy jungle yet again.
Yeah, I mean, we checked in on it, and last time I mentioned it, it was like 600, 700, 500. It was kind of bouncing around that range. Now it's 3.6K, and TL are just playing the map really, really well. They're constantly pushing out side lanes, which is always their first step. They're forcing Sentinels to respond to those side lanes, and then they're either catching people in transition or overloading one side and getting picks. They're just playing the map so well.
Yeah, if we come back to this last pick LeBlanc that they went for, with a lot of priority on side lanes and being able to push these early and having the towers down, there's a lot of fog of war for Quid to hide in and look for people in transition between objectives. Plus, again, with the team comps, you don't have an easy way to punish LeBlanc, which he goes in to poke people. So Quid now with 2 items, 5 stacks on his Dark Seal, even though all the camping and all the focus, was towards the top lane and getting Morgan ahead, and him being a very powerful split pusher and being able to team fight is critical. You also really have to worry about the other solo laner here. The LeBlanc has a lot of free room to play with, I feel like, in this game, and he's added the Proto Belt for even more mobility.
Yeah.
To get more angles at trying to harass either of these 80 carries.
More mobility and more damage, just adding that extra little bit on top of your burst combo. Morgan hops out of the Tempered Fate there. Nice reaction to avoid getting potentially caught by Huhi's Bard. 10 seconds until our next Drake spawns. Sentinels has controlled both of them so far, but now they unfortunately find themselves in a position where, once again, just like game number 1, you don't want to take a fair fight in open ground.
No, you really don't. And I mean, Huhi has been playing a really good game. He's been kind of everywhere. He's involved in every one but one of their kills. But it's so hard to hit these Tempered Fates. Everyone has mobility. Everyone has dashes. You could maybe hit a Karma or something, but fully sending it on a Karma is not going to win you a fight when everyone's around. And Ezreal can shift. LeBlanc has double distort. Gnar can hop.
Okay, Rahel again just under pressure here in the mid lane. Chunk down to about 1/4. Impact hanging around on the side. Meanwhile, Jose Diodo has worked his way into the fight. Darkwing's going to come try to join here with a TP. As Sentinels, they can't get Impact out right when it looks like he might have got away. The True Shot Barrage finishes him off. It is a 1-5 game for Impact on the top lane, Varus. This is just absolute bullying as Hambach steps forward. Jose Diodo a little bit too far up. He just positions way too aggressively. And now Sentinels wants to find a little bit more. Between worlds, drops from Dark Wings. LYON about to die, and the kill comes through for Huhi as Team Liquid finally gets punished.
Yeah, I mean, they punish mid. They're losing their side lanes, but you have to, make a play somewhere. And that is a very good pillar from Hambach. Again, the Trundle pick into the Xin pick. It goes twofold if you can. Wait a second, going side lane now. Morgan is fed, but he's going to have to deal with 4 members of Sentinels.
Yup, here comes the TP just to guarantee it. Rahel and Huhi cutting off the escape. Morgan reverts into Mini-Gnar. They want to make sure they give this kill to Rahel if they can. And Morgan had just used his teleport to get into that position, so another great punish from Sentinels.
Sentinels always have really good mental. Even when they are losing in the early game, we've had comms listen in from Huhi, hey, it doesn't matter. Still look for the team fight, and they're fighting their way back into it. They just chopped off 2,000 gold from the gold lead that TL had by making a pick mid, then just rotating over to the side lane, picking off the super fed Gnar as well. Really nice stuff here to remain tenacious and still trying to fight their way back in.
Yeah, and it's going to come down, I feel like, to, can TL just continue spreading the map, finding these picks? Because Sentinels does have a pretty powerful 5v5, yes, there is a lot of burst, yes, there's a lot of poke on the TL side, but there's tons of consistent damage on Sentinels' team with this double AD carry. If you don't actually, get a kill early or chunk them out early, Rahel is getting strong. Impact is still going to do a lot of damage here on the Varus, despite the fact that he has been put down quite a lot. So you do have to be careful about how you play it out in these 5v5s.
Yeah, Caitlyn with the Hex Optics plus Infinity Edge Power Spike is nothing to scoff at. If they try to go for Rahel and can't take him down in time, he'll be able to fire back very effectively as Morgan makes his way into the enemy jungle yet again. Forces Hambach back here a little bit with the boomerang as LYON and Core push up mid. They've got Jose and Quid waiting off in the wings just in case Sentinels tries to make a collapse play on the TL bot lane duo. The Tier 2 turret is standing still for Sentinels, but not by much.
Yeah, we'll see how much longer they can defend that. 2 minutes until this next dragon. Jose could be in some trouble.
Yeah, Jose caught by the pillar, uses the ulti defensively to knock the Trundle back away from him. Jose is going to be just fine on this one. Remember that in game number 1, TL was on the Nexus right now. So Sentinels putting up a much better fight here in the second one. Team Liquid's mid laner now in some danger. Quid! Just another blunder. I feel like this mid game for TL has had so many sloppy mistakes from a lot of different players.
I completely agree. I mean, left and right, they're kind of getting caught. And, insult to injury, you're at 1 HP and you're flashing and you're going to die anyway. So Quid wastes the flash, gets picked. I mean, Morgan got killed on top side, after kind of an overstay, after a pick where Jose stepped into the tower range in mid lane.
Yeah.
It has been a series of bad plays here for TL. And yes, they do still have a slight gold lead, but Sentinels is up a dragon and is getting a lot of kills. I mean, they are up 5 kills here, and that's not everything, but it's showing the TL's getting picked a lot.
And Kobe, you said it earlier, that gold lead evaporated by over 2,000. Remember that TL was just about 3.5K up? Yep. They're barely 1,000 ahead, not even 1,000 ahead anymore. This could still very easily go Sentinel's way. Yes, Morgan is still very far ahead of Impact. TL has focused this top lane Varus a lot, but jungle and both bot lane roles are ahead on the Sentinel side.
Yeah, I mean, the gold graph tells the story here. A couple of mountains there and some comeback points for Sentinels. Let's see if we can focus on the next dragon. It's under 50 seconds already, so can start to get over there, get your vision set up. If you get the vision set up early, then all of a sudden Bard picks or LeBlanc poke, whichever team does get the early setup is going to have a huge advantage since we've seen a lot of picks recently, and looks like it is going to be Sentinels there first. So TL will have to be checking into Sentinels territory.
Okay, Quid's going to rush towards the brush here. Morgan already in this bottom side river.
Flank from Aurora, possibly. He was pushing on bottom side, though, so TL should know there's an Aurora somewhere on the bottom side of the map.
Look at all the emphasis on move speed here for Sentinels. They have Trailblazer on Huhi. They have Deadman's on the Trundle. They know there's not really any hard engage for TL, so it's about being able to engage, disengage, kite out.
Yep, I love the Deadman's on Trundle. I feel like this adds so much effective power to the champion. Quid hanging around the backside of the Dragon Pit here, looking for his opportunity. Maybe jump in, find some poke, but Tribrush is not going to have any targets for that LeBlanc as the rest of TL controls the top side of the river, the entrance towards mid lane. Hosdiodo going to go ahead, start the Drake up now. Morgan has most of his Narbar charged, and you know Team Liquid will be looking to fight with that once it's ready to go. Chains of Corruption flies wide. That's a pretty important ulti to miss, so TL is going to take control over the Drake. Sentinels will walk away without a fight.
Yeah, swing and a miss there. They try and make a little pick. They're like, ah, well, they're probably split right now. Some on Dragon. We could maybe go for the Gnar, but once that misses, as you say, they don't have a lot to work with. So back off. Definitely give this one over while TL are positioned well. And that's just going to bring us to 2-2 on Dragons here at Flowers. So we'll see how much TL can get done from here forward, having given up a decent amount of their lead.
And I think one of the interesting parts about this game is just how low engaged both compositions are, right? Like sometimes you'll see one team not have a whole lot of go buttons, but this time around, it's like, okay, so your main engage on the TL side is Morgan jumping in with the Gnar. On the Sentinel side, yeah, you've got Tempered Fate, but again, every time he fires it, you just get this, where whoever's the target hops out.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, obviously, you're hoping on the Bard, you're hoping on Chains of Corruption, but it's very low engage, and that does mean it's so much down to how you're actually executing with that engage. If you mess up, you can get punished very, very heavily here in Quid, setting up on the side.
Yeah, the tier 2 turret falls immediately. Hambach takes a chunk of damage. Rahel, ooh, that powered up Mystic Shot stings.
Yeah, the poke damage, again, we keep coming back to this, but the poke from the LeBlanc and the poke from the Ezreal, because there's not a lot of good, easy ways to punish, is going to leave a lasting effect. That's just another tower, though. It doesn't completely break it here for Sentinels. They still have some more chances at making picks of their own. Huhi right back out onto the map, trying to clear some vision, make some pockets of vision to work with.
Okay, again, just a couple of skill shots flying back and forth, but no ways to engage. Huhi takes a chunk of damage. Ace in the hole blocked by Hosdiodo as it was aimed at Yawn. Sentinels falling back now, but keep your eyes on the right side of the fight as Morgan jumps in with a Mega Gnar, but he doesn't get anything that he wants. Firing back now from the Sentinels side. They find a little bit of chunk onto Hosdiodo, but its impact is about to die first. Sentinels trying to get themselves away as Jose barely lives thanks to the ulti. Both sides taking a beating, but neither one loses a man.
Ooh, they don't lose any lives, but flash on Aurora, flash on the Caitlyn, flash on the Varus, all used right there. So now all of these Sentinels carries are going to be very, very conservative with their movement. 3 flashes all linked up, all down, though if they can find a pick, they can't quite take out any of the members of TL in the aftermath. But those things, you're taking that down. Those are 5-minute timers. Dragon's only 2.5 minutes here.
Yep, and Morgan didn't have to spend his flash to actually get any of that. So now you're going into a fight where Morgan has flash, Quid has flash, Jose has flash. Oh, and Huhi has a quick trip back to the base.
Yeah, it's a fast recall.
Flash.
Yeah, he's got his flash.
Just
that
his life.
Can use once he's alive.
Yeah, if he would have flashed away after LeBlanc already jumped on him, I would have rage quit on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Baron has no flash and is getting focused down by TL.
Yep, your Fed Bard is no longer in the picture. Darkwing's going to find himself getting caught by Quid here. Chains of Corruption does proc. True Shot Barrage flies out, but Darkwings has a nice sidestep, but Sentinels can't do anything about this. Team Liquid's going to go ahead and secure themselves the Baron. Sentinels will try to get something elsewhere in the meantime. They've got impact in the bottom lane tier 2, but Hambach and Rahel pushing the mid lane tier 2 now in some danger. Morgan just gets headshot, and that's a problem. Well fought from Sentinels as Rahel and Hambach get themselves away. They regroup with impact, and they punch TL in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, Rahel is really strong right now. He already has his LDR done, so he's on 3 items. He has the C44 Hex Optics. He has his IE and the LDR. That's about as high damage as you're going to get of a build. You walk in there pretty confidently as Morgan. You get Trundle ulted. All of a sudden, you are paper for this play. But here is that initial pick that was a little bit back.
So this is how they start the fight out. Some poke traded, and it's really about this teleport on the other side. Morgan here in the Fog of War, boom, goes over. Look at all these flashes that are used by the carries of Sentinels as they disengage. Of course, Jose here pops the ultimate once he gets really low to avoid any further damage right there. And the Trundle ult was on him. So the ticks of Trundle ultimate,
I think that to me has to be a reaction to Morgan getting one shot, not to that fight.
Yeah.
So I think that's a reaction to a different play would be my guess. I could be wrong, but that's what that seemed like because they seem mind blown at how fast Morgan died, which kind of makes sense.
That was big damage for sure.
Oh, no, no. The producer said it was to that play. So I'm not sure why he was so mind blown by that.
I think they wanted more out of it. Maybe they thought, oh, with this flank, maybe they're going to
get a lot.
We'll have to look at the we have to look at it and review it again to see.
Well, right now, Sentinels is in the gold lead themselves, even though Team Liquid has the Baron, and now Quid may just die, has to distort backwards to get away over the trap line. Meanwhile, the entire time, you've got Darkwing split pushing in the top lane, looking to take it tier 2. TL's got Baron, Sentinels are the ones getting turrets.
Yeah, I mean, that is the Chains of Corruption landing and the amount of damage they can put out. TL will move themselves to Soul Point here, though, and Cloud Soul would be very powerful in a game like this with such little hard CC available. But Sentinels is at a point where, you know, Trundle can just ult whoever walks in, and your double AD carries hit that person will get shredded. Of course, you have the Crescent Guard to try to keep yourself safe, but that only lasts so long, and Rahel now has the Rapid Fire. Darkwing's just completed the Death Cap. They are getting very strong on this Sentinel side.
Yep. Caitlyn crits 100% of the time now. Like, this champion cannot be ignored, cannot be disrespected. Rahel has the ability to carry here, and I just got to go back again to so long ago. Hold on. He was about 3/4 of his HP there when Team Liquid was 3,500 gold ahead 15 minutes ago, and it was just blunder into blunder into blunder. Just felt like they were playing disrespectfully, felt like they weren't really locked in, felt like they were playing like they had already won, and clearly they had not.
And you can't do that against Sentinels. Again, this team, I feel like they're always, still in the game until you destroy their Nexus. They're always looking to stay controlled, always looking for just one more team fight, just one angle to get back in. And they have so many veteran players on the team. Lots of these players, have been in losing scenarios before. So until you finish them off, you can't get lax, and you can't give them any windows because they will look to punish. They'll punish you for it and find gold here. And now they've got lots of damage because of it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I mean, we had that play. We showed it a number of times. This was from a previous series where Huhi had this calm that we were replaying where he's saying, hey, like they were way down this game. He's like, this game is just one fight. We just need
7,000
one fight.
gold.
And they were down 7,000 gold, and they won that game. So, they definitely are a team that keeps their eye on the prize. They are not going to just fold up and die if you do get an early lead.
But
Okay, Sentinels still playing defensively, still playing respectfully, playing with a 1,000 gold lead now, and 3 minutes is that Dragon Soul that you were talking about, Azael. I feel like that is going to be a very big deal if Team Liquid can secure it. Tempered Fate from Huhi there once again, just going to be dashed out by Quid. So Sentinels still can't find a whole lot of picks, but LYON just eats a lot of damage there from Rahel.
And that's going to be the heal forced on Core JJ, so they do get that out. Now, these carries are strong. Impact obviously still down a ton of gold, but we saw how fast Morgan can die, and it is scary when you are running in as that Gnar. You do not have a lot of safety. If you do not nail that engage, you're going to get burst down very, very quickly by this comp.
Impact might be behind, but he's got his Hexplate plus his Dusk and Dawn, and he's got Seeker's Arm Guard. They have been dogpiling Impact this game, and now he has the anti-dogpile item. This might be the bamboozle Sentinels needs.
And honestly, it's very good for Sentinels if anything does get used on him, because Rahel here is the one that's really the AD carry and is really going to carry the 4 items with having the Rapid Fire as Quid goes for.
Yeah, Quid jumps in, but he really doesn't get a whole lot out of it. True Shot Barrage also arrives late to the scene, so LYON won't be able to add any additional damage on top.
Trundle ultimate used here to keep track of him as well. The cooldown's not super duper long, this late into the game though, since he's got 3 ranks into it, so probably won't be any fight before that thing does come back up. Should be fine.
Yeah, Baron's in 30, Dragon in 130 here, and TL is going to be looking for that 4 Cloud Dragon Soul, which is a ton of move speed here, especially since they would have all 4 of the clouds to get it.
And I feel like it's so hard to actually kill Hambach for TL now. He's got Spirit Visage. He's going to heal so much from the ulti. He's level 16 now, so he's got the final level of the Subjugate. The only heal cut on the enemy team, unless I'm just missing something, and I don't think I am, is Quid's Ignite, and you don't want to use Ignite on Trundle. Quid needs to find those squishy targets, unleash the full burst, try to get one of those one-shots. I feel like Hambach's in a really good spot, even though the jungle gold is pretty much dead even. He can do a lot here.
You can. They have a lot of scaling power, a lot of consistent damage, and Morgan might be caught.
Yeah, he's got most of his Gnar bar, so he should be able to at least fight back a little bit here, try to get away. Chains of Corruption again, just not finding the target, so Morgan escapes.
Movement from Morgan here. So many dodges. Gets away from 2 members. Nicely done. Didn't have to use his flash or anything.
25 seconds left until the Dragon, and Quid just lost his passive, got chunked down to 1/3 HP, has to take a recall now. Hambach gonna step around the corner, he interrupts him. Hambach gets a chunk. Quid is down to 10% health now. 15 seconds until the Drake spawns. Tempered Fate again, not gonna find a target though.
Yeah, they're gonna lose positioning, and you can see that double soul laners from Sentinels stayed bot, pushing that in. They're gonna be able to take the mid tier 2, they take the bot tier 2, and Quid is still not back in base.
Yeah, he's taking these greedy recalls instead of stepping a little bit further back, and now that's twice that Hambach has been able to interrupt him. Quid is only just now regenerating that HP, and it's total control over the bot side river for Sentinels.
And TL are sitting on a ward over there. So he's going to go harass them while they get Dragon number 3. A banger. This one has turned into quite the banger.
This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted this series to be. This is the match of the week.
On our tilt proof for impact and shot calling for Huhi.
Yep, I agree with that.
Those are my honors this game. And then like big damage for Rahel. That's a new honor. I'm putting it in the game.
Right-clicking.
It's just a muscle emoji.
Yeah.
Big damage. Yeah, there we go. Big damage for him.
Tons
you can
of damage.
see he's got the BF sorted inventory. Yeah, the Freak award. Well, also we've got the Hourglass fully completed now for Impact, so the Varus that much more capable of surviving as Huhi face checks the brush there, does find Quid waiting on him, but Quid has to get out.
And the damage output just got bigger. He got a full Bloodthirster here for Rahel, so he's going to have a shield on top of it.
And critically, the poke starts mattering a lot less once you have that BT, right? And really, TL is pretty dependent upon LeBlanc and Ezreal poking people down before the fight. I don't think fights where you just go in with both teams at full health are going to look good for TL unless you get, you know, a 3-man Gnar ult into the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you're just running straight at them when they're full, it's going to be so hard. The consistent damage is just so high now.
Okay, Quid goes in for the burst on Darkwings, chunks a third of his HP away, but Darkwings isn't in any lethal danger. And this Aurora, we've been talking so much about Rahel's damage, but Darkwings has death cap now, right? Like, this Aurora is not something that can also be ignored. I feel like Sentinels have really done such a good job fighting back after TL made those early mid-game mistakes. And I'm really excited for 3.5 minutes from now when we get the guaranteed Dragon Soul fight, because I feel like that's the full send moment.
Completely agree. It's going to be such an important fight. And often this late in the game, I mean, we're almost 40 minutes in, right? So sometimes you have a fight and it just gets one-sided and then the soul doesn't even matter because the game's going to end. Because if you get wiped 40 minutes in, they can just walk it down and kill your Nexus. So if it is a one-sided fight, that could absolutely decide the game right there. And it would be a bit of a tilter for TL to lose a game like this that they had
100%.
Such an incredible start on.
It felt like this game was completely locked in for TL until those mistakes, and now they're having to fight tooth and nail just to make sure they can try to stay here with Sentinels. As Josediodo going to get caught by the pillar, takes a little bit of burst damage. Josediodo jumps back in, going after Rahel, who sidesteps the True Shot Barrage, keeps himself at about half HP for now.
Actually, very good result from a pick, you know, for Jose. He does spend his flash, and he gets Rahel's flash.
Yeah, Rahel's in danger. Quid goes in. He fires back. They can't get the kill on the Caitlyn. And now Team Liquid's going in, looking for the 4v3. They want the pick on the Darkwings, and they find it. Morgan's got the kill. Team Liquid wants to get even more. Morgan follows Huhi and Hambach through the magical journey. The rest of TL seeing what they can accomplish here. Sentinel's still hanging around the area, but it's 50 seconds until Darkwings respawns.
That is a long time with him dead. I mean, Rahel played that very well, just getting so many autos down to heal back up.
Okay, Hambach now making sure that he doesn't get caught. LYON does so much damage here. So Sentinels falling back, still 2 minutes on the clock until that dragon spawns, so it's not like they can try to take that, and Team Liquid's going to go ahead and begin the Baron.
Yeah, they're going to begin it. I don't think Sentinels have anything they can actually do about it. It's so hard for them with no Aurora. They would just be marching into their death, so they're going to give it up.
Giving up that Baron, TL is going to have control on the map, and that's going to give them much better positioning around this soul in 130. You know, all the waves are going to be pushing in their direction. And this fight that started out with looking like it was Rahel that's in trouble ends with Darkwings dying. And Sentinels end up having to make the tough call to give that Baron. That being said, at least they pushed out some waves, so it's not like a wave is at their base with that Baron up. And they do have, these double AD carries. They can try their best to clear out these waves and delay things.
And oh, I was just going to say, you can see the last item now being built in Rahel's inventory, going for the Hex Drinker to build into the Maw of Malmortius. He knows Quid is looking for him, and as long as he doesn't die to the LeBlanc, he can turn around and 3-shot Quid.
Yeah, he knows the whole TL team is looking for him, Jose included. I thought he played that really well. Morgan, though, jumps.
Yeah, Morgan's trying to escape, but it's Sentinels who have found their way into the enemy jungle. Morgan eating a ton of damage here as Impact gets a chance for a little bit of revenge. Morgan is caught. Morgan is dropped. Team Liquid trying to get something back, but they can't quite find it. Jose Diodo bound to the wall, there with a magical binding. That is such a big pick. It is 55 seconds on Morgan's death timer, 25 seconds on the Dragon Soul. Team Liquid with Baron marching down mid, trying to pull Sentinels away.
Yeah, they're spam pinging towards that middle inhibitor tower, but Sentinels are back here now, and TL have to be careful. They're still down a man.
Sentinels maintaining that position towards the bottom side river. 10 seconds until the Dragon Soul. Darkwing's hopping away. Huhi firing back with the Cosmic Binding. Doesn't find a whole lot. Impact, the only one left near the mid lane, as Team Liquid are going to continue their push down mid. They know that they can't fight a man down into preset Caitlyn traps, so Cloud Soul is going to go the way of Sentinels, but their mid lane inhibitor turret will fall as the price.
Okay, base open, but so much extra move speed. And they can utilize it really, really effectively, too, with the range and the damage output that they have. We saw last time, like, nobody is tanky at all, especially when Trundle is there. Like, they caught Morgan on the bot side, Trundle ult on him, boom, he's just as squishy as anybody else. It's all about making these very quick plays, and you can tell the tension rising so high. Golden Glue is deep in his jacket now.
He's got the jacket pulled up over his face.
Man, I have to say that I keep coming back to that clutch play. Wait a second, though. We're going to have another clutch play.
Is this the clutch? Huhi tries to escape. Quid's got him ignited. Huhi's still alive for now thanks to the Caretaker's Shrine, but no, he falls. Quid with the pick.
That is a big pick there. Impact, though, so much move speed, able to walk it out thanks to the Cloud Soul. He just popped his ult, got that burst of move speed, is able to get out of there. Darkwings is pushing on that top side, but TL might just try to force the issue.
Yeah, TL is saying, we're the ones who get to demand an answer. We're the ones who found the pick. Darkwings still only just now pushing past the river, trying to get that wave shoved up. Gonna go ahead and take his recall, because TL has made their way into the Sentinels base. LYON takes a massive hit from Rahel. That was one auto?
Yeah, one auto through BT shield.
Yeah, that's nasty work. This Caitlyn is causing some problems as Darkwings. Got to be a little bit respectful of Quid here as the LeBlanc jumps in over the wall. Mid lane inhibitor now taken down. Team Liquid got that one. They're trying to have multiple points of pressure here with Morgan in the bottom lane, but Sentinels has regrouped enough. Huhi has respawned. TL has to retreat.
It's so tense right now. This is incredible. The time to death when someone gets picked is like 0.03 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you saw Yon's health there. If Rahel does that auto attack on Karma, on LeBlanc, on Ezreal, and anyone else hits them, they just die.
Yeah.
One auto and something else from Darkwings, you're dead from full instantly.
Lore accurate Caitlyn. That is a high caliber rifle. She is not taking any prisoners on this one. Sentinels in the enemy jungle yet again. Remember, this is where they found that last pick onto Morgan. TL knows it. They've got to be respectful. Slowly moving forward, trying to take out some of the vision. Wind becomes lightning to check the brush, and Sentinels will now back away.
And meanwhile, on the other side, to lead up to that siege, we had Quid 100-0ing Huhi there and using the Ignite and getting the entirety of the kill without other people adding damage even. So on eggshells, both teams here. Who's going to get the next pick?
1 minute and 40 seconds until Baron, 3 minutes and 15 until the Elder Dragon. I actually think if Sentinels gets Elder Dragon, Quid just can one auto and kill somebody.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance.
Like if you get a headshot crit on like Core JJ, I'm pretty sure you just kill him in one auto with an Elder, but we'll see. Team Liquid backing away from now. Hamba? Nope, not going to be able to trap anybody with that pillar. Quid can just distort away from it yet again.
The Bard is at 670 move speed.
Oh no, Impact, he gets caught. Hoseidoto jumps in. Impact about to die. He sidesteps away from the True Shot Barrage, buys himself a little bit of time here with the Zhonya's Hourglass. Yon mistimes the Mystic Shot. Impact staying alive for now, but Morgan finally finishes the job. Now Darkwings has to try to get away, but he's at death's door. Team Liquid, they find the pick they're looking for. They get Impact, but what more can they take now?
They're going to try to potentially just go down mid here. It is a long death timer, 50 seconds, and Impact will have no flash. Do they catch him?
Oh, if that catch would have landed, I think that's the end of the game guaranteed right there. Sentinels, though, has to defend. They still have the mid lane inhibitor down.
You guys think we can do anything with this, Baron?
And that's the question, and they're not feeling confident to end, and the Baron timing isn't great. Yes, it will be up before Impact is up, but he will be able to get over there pretty quick with all their move speed. So thankfully for Sentinels, not a game-ending play. Obviously, misstep there from Impact is punished and won't have flash for the next one, but Quid and Jose both used their flash as well.
Yeah, in order to get that kill. So you have no flash on Impact or Darkwings. It's kind of mirrored here with Jose and Quid both investing theirs. It was another good kind of pick from Jose, though, wrapping around the Raptor pit there to find Impact. And now at Baron, gonna go for it again. Nice little ward from Sentinels in the Banana Brush. Does give them a lot of info to work with.
A lot of extra knowledge. Yon just lost 3/4 of his HP to an auto attack from Rahel. Darkwings chunks out Morgan in a nice pillar. Might just lock up the Gnar. Tempered Fate keeps him in place. And now Sentinels is trying to full commit. They take out the enemy top laner. And he even gets himself away. Rahel's on a rampage. Yon's on the run. Core JJ and the rest of Team Liquid have to try to get out of this one. Impact's revenge is swift. He finds Yon in the jungle. And now Sentinels can move up and take the Baron with their 5v3 status. And Yon is not even going to respawn until the Elder is already on the map. Sentinels are guaranteed to have control and priority.
This is huge! Now with the Baron, they should be able to push in towards TL's base. I mean, all TL can really do right now, you see, Jose's trying to take away Blue Buff, a little bit of enemy jungle, but you have to be so quick with these plays, and it just was a little chunk of damage from Darkwings into a pillar that allows for the follow-up damage. Look at this, Darkwings hovering, goes invisible on Aurora, sees Morgan in mini form, little chunk from him. Boom, you got the headshot into Pillar, into Caitlyn ultimate, into Bard ultimate, into Trap. And so he's not going to be able to get out of that one. And he survives there. Really good pick from Sentinels. Everybody has to be firing so quickly.
And now you have to make a difficult choice here as TL, as Quid could be in some trouble.
Yeah, Hoseidoto now found. Hambak and Huhi looking to lock up this Xin Zhao, but there's no extra damage around 4 Sentinels. Tempered Fate gonna keep both junglers rooted up. Hoseidoto is down as the Elder Dragon has already spawned. This is a freebie now for Sentinels.
Bard ults into Caitlyn traps. You're not getting out of there, man. That is just too easy. They get the kill. Jose down. No smite for TL. And Sentinels. So much hard work they have put into this 47.5-minute game. And they've got both of the end game buffs at their disposal to end this game.
And 40 seconds still until Hoseidoto is back alive. Darkwings and Huhi getting things pushed up in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Hambak, Impact, and Rahel have the bottom wave ready to crash into the turret alongside it. Team Liquid, still 25 seconds until Jose is back. Bottom lane inhibitor turret already destroyed. Inhibitor now the next target. Sentinels still have the Baron for another 90 seconds. That Elder Dragon is about to melt some health bars. Health bar, the first Nexus turret is going to drop before anything else, though, as Yon, just about to die here, gets back into the fountain, but no, the execution is there. Impact goes on a killing spree. Sentinels is just about to take the Nexus. They fought back hard, they punished Team Liquid's mistakes, and Sentinels takes game 2.
In one of the longest games of the split, we were joking about this one seeming like it was over about 5 minutes in, but about 45 minutes later, Sentinels are the one knocking down the TL Nexus.
And I'm kind of with the fans as far as honor Impact for tilt proof, okay? And that's why he got so many fan votes. Tilt proof right there. You can't shake this, man. Gank him 20 times. Come again. Come to my lane.
Make it 21.
Yeah, come again, see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
You'll kill me, but then I'll win.
We'll win the game anyway.
In 40 minutes.
I've already got 5 deaths. I don't care about 6.
Brother, that's more fingers than I got on my hand. I can't count that high.
Yeah, can't
it's
even
all
count
the same
it
after
anymore.
5.
Also, didn't even give you that much money anymore. You know?
Yeah, imagine sending 3
wasting
people
your time,
top
dummy.
for a cannon minions worth of gold. That's not a good move. All right, we're back into our draft for the final time here in this series. Team Liquid has elected to go for last pick, so Sentinels will play from the red side as their choice. TL is going to continue just first banning Skarner this entire time. They do not want to deal with that from Hambach. Orianna also banned away. Other side, Jason Nocturne taken out by Sen.
So, assuming that Varus still gets banned, or he was already played top, so we don't have to ban him anymore. So
He's banned.
Honestly,
he's gone.
I think it is just Yunara Lulu time then.
Oh, no.
Yunara Lulu's kind of godlike. We already have Ashe, Jhin, Caitlyn, and Ezreal.
I'd rather have Corki Nami
and
than
Varus
Yunara
all
Lulu.
out.
I mean,
You still like that as a lane? I mean, it is good for the individual, but like with the way that we just saw these 80 carries.
I'm a Yunara Lulu hater.
Dude,
I
hey,
think
same
yeah,
here.
there
Good to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
welcome to the club.
I mean, I think it can work, but I feel like you have to play your lane really well to not just get dunked. And I think, we've seen Berserker and Isles look good on it. We haven't seen a lot of other people look good on it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, if you can get through that lane phase, if you can get even, you're going to take over in the fights. You can be really strong, but a lot of those lanes go bad.
Yeah, I mean, Lucian combos have been getting more popular too. Lucian Milio, or obviously you could still go Lucian Nami, even though she has a new partner with Corki. So you could just go Corkis and Lucians instead. Don't necessarily have to go hyper carry, but if you've got a nice beefy tank in front of you, that helps a good place to start out. Sion, whenever Trundle is already fearlessly banned out, feels really good just to slam as a blind, because honestly, I don't care. If you pick Renekton into it, sounds great to me. I'm going to be a big beefy front line for my team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Impact Blind the Renekton wants to take it away from Morgan, and it's kind of like the reverse roles from, I think, what a lot of people would characterize these players as, because a lot of people talk about Morgan as, oh, he's this amazing carry guy, he's a great laner, but it's Impact that has played Zehen, Varus, and now Renekton, and we've got Ornn, Gnar, and Sion, which is kind of like Mr. Weak Side generally in League.
And I feel like in North America, whenever I see Renekton versus Sion, Kobe, I am right there with you. Give me the Sion side of that every single time. I feel like it's pretty rare that we see the Renektons build up a meaningful enough lead to make up for the fact that you're against a dude who just eats free health, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Annie gonna also be locked in here on the Team Liquid side. Response from Sentinels, they'll pick the Galio. All
right, tank up the Annie damage here and look for some disengage for your team. I wonder what kind of divers they want to pair with it. Vi is definitely a diver that's up and available.
It feels very Hambach-y.
It does feel it's tied for most played with Skarner. So
there we go.
Yep.
Now it's going to pass Skarner.
It's always interesting when players like excel on a couple champions and they feel wildly different. Skarner to me feels like such a different kind of style of champion than a Vi or that sort of thing. So it's always cool when players can excel in multiple types.
You just got to have the right vibes, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Team
vibes.
Liquid. I didn't actually mean to do that.
Welcome back, freak.
No, I didn't.
That's enough.
I
He's
didn't
back.
mean to do that. Okay, we get the dog for Team Liquid. All right, Jose Diodo, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I actually love this into Vi. Obviously, having a go untargetable is very, very useful, but it just feels like you always have so much freedom. And when your mid laner is already Annie here, Jose, I think, is set up for success. I think the Neferi response to a Vi and a Galio looks real good.
Yeah, it does feel really, really nice. The question to me is, who is the Neferi going to be diving on? Because right now, there's
those last two picks right there.
Exactly, right? But those last two picks have the ability to go something that can answer it, right? Because what I see from TL, you're showing Annie, you're showing Neferi. I feel like champions like Xayah could be pretty effective, where you are relatively safe. You could potentially absorb that dive. But the same can be said for the other side. So Xayah is going to get banned out because it feels like it's a great answer to honestly what both comps are drafting.
All right, no Xayah, no Nautilus in this one either. So Team Liquid's going to get rid of that hard engage. We've already got more engage on both sides than we had in the last game, though.
I also think it's even more fearsome on the TL side because Yannick Orjae's, Xayah, and Rakan, holy, that induces fear. They have had a lot of success with those two. Mega hard carry on that combination. And they do ban out the Lulu. So the Yunara Lulu combo is broken.
Now I'm kind of thinking Kai'Sa really rising in priority because you can play alongside dive. If you can't play a safe AD carry that can kind of just peel back, you can play alongside dive. So that makes me think about champions like potentially Sivir and Kai'Sa, you know, ways to either follow up on the dive or enable the dive. But I'll be interested to see where they go, as there are quite a few bot lane bans. Renata, another great ban. If you're going to play hard commit dive, Renata answers that so effectively. TL, I also feel like, I don't know, for some reason I'm kind of feeling that they could be going towards Kalista and that sort of angle, because that's another aggressive one and something that they are really good at, but without seeing anything in the enemy bot lane, I don't know if it would be the angle.
Yeah, it feels kind of risky.
Yeah,
I kind of am on board with Kai'Sa since Daejeon's banned out, which is usually you know, like a trade that people do see. The Lucian combos we were talking about earlier gaining a lot of popularity. The Milio and the Nambi are both available, so
I think I like Milio more here. Honestly, it's probably going to depend on the bot lane matchup, but against Vi, Renekton, Galio, like you're going to have something to cleanse, whether it's the AoE taunt, you can AoE cleanse the taunt.
Yeah.
And the Renekton stun, a lot of dive here. You can knock back the Renekton on the slice and dice and be able to actually really stop that with the Ultra Mega Fire Kick. So it is going to be Kai'Sa for one of them. So Rahel is going to be the one grabbing the Kai'Sa. Does feel pretty synergistic, but depending on what Huhi grabs, I mean, especially if Huhi's just like, okay, we want to play engage, I'll go Recon or something along those lines, and we'll go full dive. I do think Milio goes pretty hard.
All right, Huhi, what's it going to be? Our standout player, at least my standout player from game number 2.
He's been
with the
great
bard.
this
Like
split.
he's just
engage. If he's engaged, it usually goes well for them. I know he's a big shot caller. Rakan definitely just pile on the engage.
fits the bill.
Rakan, Galio, and Vi. It's a very quintessential dive comp here.
Now the question is, do you want to go Nami and try to stomp the lane, or do you want to go Milio and try to answer the composition? Because I feel like compositionally, Milio is better, but I think in the 2v2, Nami is better, and you're playing against a very weak early 2v2. Kai'Sa, Rakan are trash.
Ooh,
Poppy is actually like this, really.
The combo breaker. There's so many dashes here.
Yeah, you can stop Renekton, you can stop Vi, you can stop Galio, you can stop Rakan, you can stop
Kai'Sa ult.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You could have.
You could have.
Could have been 5 for 5 on.
That could have been a thing.
Instead, I could press E with Imperial Mandate.
Hey, that's pretty powerful.
That's pretty cool too, right, guys?
I can electrocute you.
I still think it's crazy.
You say it's an electric pick.
Lucian's
I would
one
not.
of our
No, I would not.
Fair. I
only
understand.
characters with a canonical wife, and he never lanes with his wife.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
He only lanes with a fish instead.
Yeah. And sometimes he lanes with the guy who has his wife in the lantern.
Yeah, that's honestly the most messed up thing. Is Thresh is a better lane partner for him.
I mean, stand up for yourself. This guy has your wife's soul in his lantern, and you're just hanging out with him?
Well, at least
When's the last time you saw a Lucian thrash?
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But that used to be the classic, right? That was a classic
We didn't
lane.
specify that you see it recently.
Okay.
That was
Where's the trust?
Lucian level 2 power spike phase, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's going to get level 2 and he's going to dash at you.
Oh no.
There's nothing you can do.
I think that's what this Lucian with a Nami on his back is going to do.
Holy. Let's talk about it. Level 2 power
Oh, it's an
spike,
airy
baby.
Nami, not electric.
Okay.
Fair.
Going for the airy.
A little breezy down there.
What the hell? Man?
Isn't
okay.
it's the last game of the day, you know?
It's the last game of the week.
Whole series, you know? Give me a little
Previous
freedom
game
here.
was 50 minutes long, with 0 engaged, and everybody had 7 items. So let's have fun with this last one of the weekend here at the LCS. Team Liquid versus Sentinels. Team Liquid so far. Oh boy, hold on. Darkwings losing half his HP already. Electrocute procs. Darkwings, he flashes away and Nami's auto kills him in the air anyway. That is absolutely horrible for Darkwings.
You know what? Still not as bad as the start of last game. They can come back from this.
I mean, if you're saying just the level 1, though.
No, but level 1 is worse overall, you know?
Yeah, the first, where's the timestamp on the 55 seconds or whatever?
I'm taking some liberty with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't have to
I
have
am.
equal parts that you're judging against. That's fair enough, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could get worse, but, you know, I'm predicting that in the next 5 minutes it
still
won't be
time,
as
buddy.
bad.
As far as the first, 50 seconds go, that's pretty dang bad.
This is kind of a crazy walk-in, to be honest. We have Kai'Sa, Rakan, Galio. Like, what is our level 1 doing? I guess they just didn't think that they would be stacked. That's the only explanation I have, is that they're saying, oh, your bot lane is going to be bot. We're going to walk in, maybe find Quid and get a chunk. that's the only explanation I really have, because you know, a lot of times people are not stacking defensively anymore, so they get punished. Pretty huge punish there.
Okay, so nice early start there for the Team Liquid side. Unfortunately, the kill did go to Core JJ, so not exactly where you want it.
So I actually do want to kind of go over possible reasons for why they would do that, because to me, a lot of it revolves around the jungle matchup. Naafiri can invade Vi and is very good at it, can put a lot of pressure, and we've seen it happen several times actually. Contracts it a lot. Back when Naafiri first came to prominence, and especially against Vi, you can really punish on like red buff invades and stuff like that. So it is theoretically, you know, very valuable to get early vision and track Naafiri and try and you know, figure out the starts and stuff like that. So that's my guess, is it is for jungle matchup.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, just want to give a little shout out to Impact, who just won his 450th LCS game in the last game. Only 12 players have played that many games in LCS history. He has won that many games in LCS history.
And one of the other players that has played that many is Core JJ, who is now currently playing his 500th LCS game. Both of these guys have been in the LCS for so long. They are some of the most experienced players that we have here in the league. So kind of crazy that they're both hitting these milestones in this series.
Since people played Thresh Lucian down in that bot lane, Kobe.
There you go.
Yeah,
500 games ago.
We've got even more players that have played tons of games in here too. Hui's number is going to be way up there. It's probably not a nice even, you know, number, so he doesn't get a.
Well, yeah, you know what the wild part is? Back then, Core might have been the one playing the Lucian in the Lucian Thresh, because he started out on Dignitas as an AD carry.
And then he
against Hui Aurelion Soul or something maybe.
Then he goes to Korea, he wins a world championship, and he comes back. Just went to the hyperbolic time chamber of support gameplay. Up top side, though, Morgan is clearly not struggling versus Impact's Renekton at all. Impact forced to flash away 1v1 against a Scion at level 4. That is not ideal. Morgan now trying to interrupt the recall there of Impact, and just look at all these minions getting eaten up by the turret. Luckily, the cannon is going to absorb most of the pressure, so Impact can get in there and pick most of these up himself. But this top lane is already looking like it's going to hurt.
Azael, I would like to extend our timing window past the 50 seconds. Up to 4 minutes here, and it's over 1,000 gold lead already.
Hey, but Impact hasn't died 5 times, has he?
Not yet. He has no flash. That is the first step.
Okay, no flash on the Lizard. Can Scion punish it appropriately? Impact is making sure he keeps his teleports matched with Morgan this time. No waiting around. So we've got that teleport parity.
Yep, just going right back. And
last time we were making jokes about how lopsided the early game was too.
No jokes on this guy.
Sentinels came back. Yeah, no jokes allowed.
I mean, that's not our fault. That's Team Liquid's fault. It was not fair in the early game. Then Team Liquid just walked into some turrets and stuff.
It's not us, it's them.
Yeah. It's never our fault. We're the jungler.
Exactly. Just like every League of Legends player thinks in solo queue. It's not us. It's them. My teammates. They're the ones who are wrong. I did nothing wrong by blind picking Kayle and dying 6 times in this lane.
I saw one of the most self-aware reviews for League of Legends I've ever seen the other day, where a guy was like, after 9,000 hours in this game, I finally realized there are not 9 idiots in every game, but 10.
That's good.
There you go, brother.
That's good, man.
Sentinels was looking potentially for a play onto Morgan here, but a nice use of the ulti there from the Scion to make sure that the wave is cleared away, and there's no chance for Sentinels to make anything happen.
Yep, and Impact taking quite a bit of damage here, but does have the Dominus, so it would be hard for Morgan to finish him off, and Impact going to be able to crash the wave. Did hear from the producers that he has 629 games played in LCS history, so quite a lot. He has been around for a very long time, including some of my LCS highlights, thinking back to the CLG era, you know, him making a run with that team, playing that old version of ASOL and stuff was really cool.
You're going to get a bunch of Peppa Cry in the Twitch chat reminiscing on these good old times, man. I love those times. That was some fantastic stuff. It's crazy how long some of these players, so many of these players have been playing. The longevity of the careers here is some impressive stuff. But Jose Diodo now going to try to steal away the blue buff. Jose seems to really like the play to take the enemy blue whenever you have the opportunity to do so. The rest of Team Liquid's ready to back him up, and a TP coming in now. Sentinels ready to try to fight back, as immediately, that's a lot of burst on Dark Wings. The Galio out of position there, wanted to see if maybe he could find some sort of a flank to set up for Sentinels to punish, but no, it's TL just taking the blue and taking the extra kill for free.
Yeah, good CC combo there. You know, Jose has the level lead, so he went in for the counter jungle, this Nefiri versus Vi. You can create a lot of space, and then the CC combo as Darkwings walked up, really good from TL, of course, and now it's a 2,000 gold lead, and you're really just kind of losing pressure all over. I foresee some more jungle invades coming their way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for Sentinels, but definitely, you know, don't want to count them out. They played from, honestly, a pretty similar deficit last game and did end up winning that game. Very different situation, of course. I feel like this game, their scaling options are a lot worse. They do, of course, have good playmaking. They have great engage, but I do think it's TL. You're expecting them to stay a lot more locked in. I feel like they got pretty fast and loose after they stomped game 1. Game 2, they got a big lead. I thought that they got kind of messy. And you have to think that Spawn would be telling them, none of that, boys.
Spawn was probably telling them some stuff that we can't repeat on the show. That seems like it was probably a pretty frustrating experience. But Team Liquid off to another great start here in this one. Kobe, what do you think? Is it more impressive to have the 1,000 lead at 4 minutes that you mentioned, or the 2,000 lead at 7 minutes?
I like the 4-minute one. That was a pretty good break point. Okay. Honestly, they're about equal to me, especially if you throw in a dragon for me.
Both pretty cool numbers.
Okay, sure. I'll toss a dragon in there. Why not? All right.
They're pretty similar. Like, the graph is up and to the right.
Yep, pretty much. All right. So 2,000 gold lead plus the dragon here for Team Liquid. Sentinels is going to get a consolation prize, and that consolation prize is purple and ugly. The Void Grubs picked up by Hambach here. He'll grab the first 2. Sometimes we see players just leave the 3rd one, but not this time around. Hambach will secure all 3 for Sentinels.
But don't worry, Sentinels fans. Top gap, 8 gold.
28 gold,
28
42 gold.
I was sweating there because it got down to 8. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I was getting a little bit nervous for him.
Okay.
But nothing to be worried about now.
Nothing in this entire game to be worried about. All good.
You've maintained the 70 gold lead top lane, and everything is fine.
I appreciate your ability to just say this garbage with a perfectly straight face.
The thing is, dude,
that's my job.
It never gets old.
Dive comps don't have a lot of fallback patterns. It's usually like more dive, or like you pivot to just try and make picks, which is another way of like diving someone that doesn't have other people around them.
I'm ahead, so I think I'm going to dive. We're behind, so we're going to have to make some picks and look for a dive.
Yeah, guys, it's time to dive.
We'll dive isolated people.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to play this one. Impact did pop the Dominus up there and got like a slice and some of the dot onto Morgan, but really not a whole lot of damage. Morgan, however, doesn't have a lot of resources to work with here. Less than half HP, virtually no mana, only 85 in the tank. So Impact still has control over the wave and this top side. 1 minute until our second Drake of the game spawns. LYON and CoreJJ checking in on this Lucian Nami, because going back to what you were talking about in draft, Isaac, this is the support option that's supposed to allow you to slam the lane. And the lane is being slammed. 93 to 69 in farm, 800 gold lead for LYON.
Yeah, it's looking good down there. And as much as, you know, you wouldn't have wanted Core to be the one who actually gets that first blood that he was able to pick up, he's still going to get a super fast mandate, and that makes LYON more powerful. So in this case, it's a little bit more okay. And when you get that spike, when LYON is on one item, when Core completes his mandate, they are going to be really chunking them.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's really okay. I think it's even quite good, because I count that as Lucian extra damage, you know? I'm definitely with you. A mandate is like another LYON item here. So,
I know you got extra money, but your money's also my money.
Yeah.
And there it is, Imperial Mandate, 10.5 minutes into the game. And alongside LYON also completing his Hex Optics right there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. And Rahel and Huhi definitely not yet at their item completions. It's going to be a while, so TL cannot be contested here. That is fast 2 dragons.
Yeah, Hex Optics versus Rectrix and a Hearthbound Axe. It's not that comparable. Hambach jumps in. CoreJJ going to be the target here. Rahel putting a lot of burst down onto the Nami. The Drake is slain, but it costs CoreJJ.
That's a lot of ultimates. All right, they made sure that CoreJJ is super duper dead. And Team Liquid make the call. Yeah, all right. You just go off to the side. You die over there while we take the dragon. All good, buddy.
Yep, and Core didn't even flash, so honestly, not a big deal. It is a little bit of gold there for Sentinels, but Morgan being pretty annoying here as he's just kind of walking between the towers, you know, clearing out a wave, and now going to be able to take his recall.
Does get interrupted there by Hanbok, so going to lose a little bit of tempo, but honestly shouldn't be super worried about anything. I mean, he's still got most of his health, most of his mana. LYON going forward here, seeing if he can put a little bit more pressure onto Huhi and Rahel as they force their opponents, all the way back underneath the tier 1 turret. Darkwing's trying to get these snappy trades onto Quid.
You know what the funniest part to me?
What's that?
With all of that excessive force that was used to kill Core JJ, Huhi got the last hit.
Yeah, that's kind of
the money went on to the Rakan, and money on Rakan doesn't necessarily. Well, here we go as they get pushed out.
Yeah, the culling just firing off there. Huhi taking a lot of the damage from it as TL is again in the enemy jungle, prowling around for blue buffs. You can see Quid and Hozadiodo both wearing those, feeling good about controlling this quadrant of the Rift.
Yeah, and Hanbok and Darkwings were hanging out on that blast cone, thinking about, can we take a fight? But realistically, without your ultimates, there's not a good chance that you would win it. LYON and Core are just so much stronger on that bot side, so they're just going to have to wait. I mean, Sentinel's composition really is based around, we all press R, we hard engage, we kill someone, and if that works, great, you have a chance in the team fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They can think about going in without ults as much as they want, as long as they don't actually do it. That's the important part. You can think about it all day long. Daydream to your heart's content. Just don't press the button. Don't hit that blast cone.
Don't let the invasive thoughts win.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I cannot be held accountable for what I was thinking, only what I am doing.
Let him go in one ear and out the other ear.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it in your mind. Do not allow it to manifest.
Obviously, we saw what happens when they do use all of them, as they for sure killed Core JJ last time. Obviously, it'd be better if you can get multiple people in the Gallia ult engage like that rival spot. That's how you're going to be able to chain success. But top side, they're going after the tank.
Yep, they want a full send onto Morgan this time, and they get their man. Hanbok takes the kill. Impact commits for it to start it up, and it's
their defense teleport. They want to catch this wave, so teleporting in.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Impact arrives. Yeah, he'll take a little damage, but he can just instantly put all of his abilities into the wave, clear it out, and force LYON and Core back.
Yeah, we'll have to back off now, though, because Jose is down there, and Impact has no Dominus. So I think if he walks back up, I think he could die on this wave potentially, but Jose has gone mid, so I don't know if TL really wants to fully play for it.
Well, Core JJ is at least going to force Impact back. The Aqua Prison doesn't find the target as Darkwings and Hanbok retreat away from the Team Liquid Tier 1 turret. Jose and Quid still hanging around here. LYON and Core making sure Impact can't get anywhere close. There's your culling, but Impact gets enough distance with the slice. Meanwhile, back over on the other side of the fight, it's Team Liquid trying to make a move. Hozadiodo getting away here with a call of the pack, but the Sentinels dive. They commit on their target, and they find it yet again. Sentinels will take the kill lead, but they're still down 2,500 gold as TL takes the first turret bottom.
And that is just LYON's gold lead, basically. I mean, LYON is up over 2,000 gold. And he's been getting a ton of first strike gold as well. Has basically a kill's worth of first strike gold already into the game. Has gotten that tower. He's on 2 full items with that early mandate there and the Oblivion Orb. So Nami is going to be buffing him up. He is ridiculously strong at this point.
Yeah, Sentinels, they're doing what they kind of have to do, though. Send multiple people, go get that kill. And they do get the kill on the top side. They get a kill here onto the Nefiri as well. A little bit of gold. The punishment, though, just means LYON already was going to be a very large problem, but once you rotate the Lucian into mid lane, the mid lane priority gives you so much control over these neutral objectives, and with bot side tower down, LYON's able to get further money off of mid, keep this pressure up onto Sentinels, onto Rahel, kind of keep them bottled up, and you're on a pretty early timer for Dragon Soul, because Dragon number 3, the Soul Point, is only 25 seconds away, and you should be able to get mid push really easily. Mid lane control with this Fed Lucian Nami, it's 2 items already, so you get rapid fire Hex Optics damage, poke damage down. And like that sets you up for very easy dragon control.
And you saw when LYON stepped up, those guns might as well just be crust busters for the turret. He shot 2 plates worth.
Busters.
Yeah.
You heard the man.
He shot 2 plates worth of crust off with 1 auto attack, man.
That's why they call it double tap. 2 plates.
He's keeping
They
it all
might
nice.
as well be crust busters.
It's nice and tidy. LYON know the target. Dashes away as Huhi and Hambach were trying to find the pick on that Fed carry, but they won't quite get it. Jose Diodo and Core JJ making sure LYON stays protected. Darkwings goes for a taunt, but Jose Diodo dodges it with the call of the pack. Rift Herald charges into the mid lane turret, takes out 2 more of the plates, but can't get anything further. Meanwhile, up in the top side, Impact using the Dominus to try to maintain control of the wave against Morgan. Neither one of the top laners has their teleport to join up for a fight on this other side of the map.
Yeah, he did have to spend the quickness, but critically, LYON has no flash now, right? And that is going to be pretty dangerous for him if they want to fight for this, and that's why I think TL is a little bit hesitant.
Okay, TL though, now they're ready to find their kill. Huhi tries to get away, and he does do so as Quid falls. Rahel taking the kill on that one. LYON continuing to try to dash forward and do some more DPS, but he can't quite find the chance. Darkwings wanted to go for the Justice Punch, and they turn it right back around as a double kill for Rahel's Kaisa. Jose Diodo can't finish the kill into Darkwings, and Team Liquid thought they might have had a moment there, but Sentinels turned it around.
They're doing it again. They're fighting back. Sentinels, pick after pick after pick. And that one, too, they move up to interrupt the Justice Punch on the backswing. But he just gets knocked up.
Tempo is good. Tempo is good, guys. We can get Dragon. This Dragon is good.
And I wasn't sure, like, do you think he was trying to block the Justice Punch, or do you think he was trying to predict the bubble? Because I wasn't sure if he was looking for a flash bubble or intending to get with the Justice Punch, but he does get tagged by it. Quid, they knew he was in this brush, so they just walk in, they spot him. He is so separated from his team that, yes, he gets a little bit of damage down, drops the Tibbers, but he gets knocked down in a hurry. LYON can't really commit, and then this is where they're looking for this flash, and I kind of thought it was for a flash bubble based on where he puts the Q, so I think he was trying to predict on the Justice Punch where it would land, but ends up getting tagged by the back of the Justice Punch and just gets burst down by Rahel. So Core ends up kind of donating a freebie over to Rahel, who all of a sudden was, gifted 2 kills.
Yeah, so remember that that 2,500 gold lead we were talking about? Not even 1K anymore now for TL. They are still in the lead, but they're down in kills 2-5. Their soul stack has been stopped critically. Because Ocean Soul, when you have Scion on your team, is such a nightmare for the enemies to deal with, right? It's so hard to kill him. Sentinels now, once again, having to deal with Jose Diodo trying to invade the jungle.
Especially, this is a 4 melee team here, essentially, for Sentinels. Rakan basically is melee, and this is an unending spare rush for Morgan, which I think is really smart against a team that is this short range. You are going to be standing in the middle of them and really making things difficult.
Galio teleport for a flank.
Okay, Sentinel's going to look for it here. Darkwing's coming up from below the lane, but he won't find the opportunity to enter before he is marked by Team Liquid, by Morgan.
Good awareness here by TL, pulling off, peeling back to make sure they're safe. They don't get a flank, don't get the guaranteed engage there for Sentinels. And Hambach was just back in base. He got his Black Cleaver completed. He's walking to the fight.
Okay, TL want to take their fight here, but Huhi's still at about half HP, getting himself back for now. Tier 1 turret still standing is huge as Darkwings and Impact try to jump in and get something done. Impact gets focused down and killed at the very start. Huhi's going to fall now too. It's a double kill back to Jose Diodo, and he is just resetting all day long. 3 for 1 for TL plus the Tier 1 turret.
Impact ran in so confidently there and just got deleted. Sentinels do get 2 back at the end of the day as they finish off that zombie Scion. But, as they go forward here, Rahel's already a little bit low, Hui's already a little bit low, and then Impact just pops the ult, decides, hey, we're going to actually try to look for a play here. But the problem is Hambach is not there at the same time. As he's going in, Hambach has no Q. He had already spent it. Just now it comes back up, and Impact's already dead. They do use the ult from Darkwings to try to buy some time, but Jose gets in the back line, finishes off Huhi, who is low, and Rahel and Hambach just can't really do much.
Nice. So good. Wait, can I greet one more against? I'm
And now he has his IE. He did, in fact, get it. Greeted it, got the money. IE completed 3 item spike for Lucian now. He's a full IE, a very expensive 3rd item ahead at the moment.
This is a very, very strong Lucian at this point. 1-0 and 4 has been a part of every single kill that Team Liquid has acquired so far here in game number 3. And remember, you can see it on the top of your screen. Team Liquid's 3-0. They have not lost a series so far in spring. Sentinels could rock the boat a little bit here if they can actually take a game off of them, but it's TL saying, all right, time for a Baron sneak. Will Sentinels even know what's going on here? Scryer's Bloom is going to sneak.
I think that ward gave it away.
Yeah, the ward over the wall. Why else would you place that if you're not trying to sneak a bear and do something here? Darkwings will punch
He has no ward. He has no ward of his own. They don't know.
You see Core JJ now at low HP, but they're not going to be able to do anything about this. Team Liquid's Gambit pays off. They'll sneak the Baron at 21.
Yeah, it looked like they saw them place that ward, so I thought that gave it up, but Darkwings had no ward available to actually drop himself, and they just weren't suspicious.
Now Huhi finds himself dealing with the dog yet again. Just jumps back over the wall, stays safe.
I think because the ward was recently there and then it just got revealed by the Scryers, but also, you know, they weren't in position really to do anything about it because they had just reset. You had, like, Hambach was on Wolves and stuff. And so that's a nice rush for TL,
Wow.
recognizing their timer window.
Now the top lane tier 1 turret about to drop. Team Liquid will easily secure that one. They're up about 3,000 gold here yet again. They want to get the kill onto Darkwings as Jose Diodo jumps in with a Hound's Pursuit. He finds himself a killing spree. And with Darkwings dead for the next 40 seconds, with the Red Bull Baron power play still armed and ready for TL for the next 2 minutes, they're going to take even more.
Yeah, Darkwing's a bit overextended there. I mean, no one was answering impact down on the bot side, so that might have tipped him off a bit, but thought he might have been able to stay safe with the phase rush. And procs the phase rush, flashes, still dies.
Now Hambach trying to jump in after Morgan here, but you're not even going to do anything. He can just farm the wave in your face. And Hambach and Rahel, there's nothing they can say about it.
The information that was gathered, so I was really, really suspicious of what caused TL to make that call to go for the rush on Baron.
Okay.
The information that was gathered was Hambach was seen by Morgan doing TL's Krugs. And this is something that Hambach actually did versus C9 when they were in a good spot to win that game too. He was up by Krugs. He was doing their Krugs when the Soul was about to come up in a few seconds. So keep watch of your Krugs when you're playing against Hambach.
Yeah, we have. There's always things like this throughout
3,000
history.
elo. I'll keep that in mind.
I just went back to look at the mini map, and they immediately moved to the Baron right after Morgan saw him there.
Impact popping the Dominus nice and early, ready to try to charge the Fury gauge up. Huhi looking for maybe an angle for a flank here. Sentinels have control over the Dragon Pit right now, but Team Liquid moving forward. Impact going to be the target here at the very start. Ocean Drake taken by Jose Diodo as Sentinels have to try to full escape now. There's your immediate jump in. Jose Diodo starting the fight, looking after Darkwings. Meanwhile, Rahel has to try to stay alive as he and Hambach are at death's door. Rahel goes in a killing spree. Quid falls. Sentinels doing a great job fighting back right now, honestly. Double grand entrance knockup coming out from Huhi, but he still falls. Jose Diodo here with a double kill. Quid might have died, but it's a 3-for-1 for TL.
And I'm back on the Krugs.
He's
Is he going to get found?
Krugs.
Back to the scene of the crime.
Achilles had his heel and Hambach has his Krugs.
It's double jeopardy. You can't get charged for the same crime twice.
Yeah, they already have the Baron also,
Yeah.
so like, they can't go get that.
Oh man, this fight pretty crazy. Impact was already so low at the start, so TL just confidently engages. I mean, you're going in right onto Darkwings. Great peels from Huhi to keep Rahel alive, plus the Galio ultimate come through. Rahel is able to take down Quid, but LYON is on the other side. Rahel is almost killed off by the Tibbers, and without him available, with Impact so low on health, they didn't really have any extended damage.
카이사 너 플래시.
The instant.
Just gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out, lock back in.
Yup, immediately. Right back into marking time. All right, Team Liquid, 6,000 gold lead now. They have Soul Point. 3.5 minutes from now, they will be able to earn an Ocean Soul for themselves unless Sentinels can find another punish, find another angle. Guardian Angel for Jose Diodo, too. 6-1 and 2 on this Nefiri. This dude's scary, man.
He certainly is, and you get so much extra freedom here with the Nefiri. We do have like an attempt at split push. Look at both solo lanes right now, both side lanes being pushed out by Sentinels. They're saying, you know what? You're going to get our mid inhibitor tower no matter what. We can't really stop you, but we'll try and get gold in payment.
Plus, that tower's not even that cool. We don't even care.
No. It's the front door.
Yeah.
Maybe the house looks better when the front door's open.
Exactly.
Man, what house have you ever seen it looks better without a front door?
Well,
I think castles look cooler when the
Moat
drawbridge
is
is
down.
down.
Drawbridge, that's different from a
Got him.
house.
Got it.
That is not
It's a medieval house.
Flowers, he just got your ass.
No, a castle is not a house.
look way cooler,
they
bro.
had houses back in medieval
house.
times. They were just like
Just a house for rich
peasant
people.
cottages.
Big house.
It's a king's house.
You guys, no, this is
Just because you don't have a cool castle, you don't have to get mad about
Where's
it.
your castle?
Yeah, pipe down, peasant.
Just raise up the drawbridge.
None of us have a
mute 'em.
castle.
Also, to their
That
credit,
you know of.
to their credit, Sentinels, you know, you're not going to be able to win that, so you want to get paid, right? You got to go scrounge up some money in the side lanes while they're destroying your front door.
Okay, so
Go
they're,
pick up some pennies in the-
they're destroying the front door, and Sentinels are pulling the copper wire out of side lanes. I don't know how well that's gonna work out, man.
Hey,
Enough copper wire.
it could be like
In this economy, you got to take what you can get, brother.
Okay, well,
Beggars can't be choosers.
maybe they can get the Baron here in 30 seconds. It's going to respawn. Remember the first time?
Oh, hell yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now you're offering up Barons?
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff available on the market. Everything must go. Sentinels, they will take the tier 1 turret up there in the top side. Morgan's the only guy they can see right now. You don't want to full send onto Scion. Even if you got the full send team, don't full send onto Scion.
Okay.
Okay?
With the approach to the Baron, the worst thing you could do as DL is just everybody group up and stand inside it, and then you get full engaged on, and you do this giant wombo combo. So you gotta mark any sort of Sentinels approach here. You have plenty of ways to do poke damage. You have plenty of ways to turn. You do not need to make this risky at all for yourselves. You have GA on Jose, so like your team fight, if you get the fight, it should really effortlessly be a win for you. Just don't like go for the flip or just don't fully commit to anything. So they can just push out mid and top, take over the vision control first, make it really dark for Sentinels to approach, and then you can start to get these small cooldowns out of them. Sentinels, though, they've got impact split pushing. He's got his teleport ready, and they're going to start the first attempt here. Sentinels going to draw.
They have no words. Who he's going bot?
Wait, that thing melts, actually.
Yeah, and I think it's important that Team Liquid does this now instead
It's
of
gone.
waiting any
It is
longer.
gone. It is gone. Sentinels don't even have Hanbok buy it to go for a steal, so they are sacrificing it, and they're picking up pennies again.
And now we have the Soul spawning in 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it's like not even timed well for Sentinels. They can't even rush Soul. It's not even a trade, right? You're just giving it, and now might be giving your mid.
No, Darkwings, he's caught in the Aqua Prison as he tries to escape using the ulti, and Hosoyoto just does tons of damage to this guy. Decimating Smash isn't going to find the knock up there on Darkwings, who uses the flash to escape. Sentinels now trying to regroup, but your mid laner has no ult, no flash,
Making a pick on Quid.
25% HP. Quid's the target here as Rahel flies in with a killer instinct, and Quid is picked off. This could be the angle that Sentinels needs, but Hosoyoto is already on the dragon with the rest of TL. Huhi and Darkwings aren't going to be able to do anything to stop this themselves. Hanbok flashes over the wall. He wants to try to contest it, but no, the Ocean Soul is already going to be claimed by Team Liquid. Sentinels looking to see if there's anything they might be able to find here, but they've got to respect this TL frontline now. A charm comes in from Huhi as he tries to escape now, barely keeping himself alive. Darkwings also barely holding on. Impact about to be knocked down first, and LYON goes on a killing spree. Decimating Smash not going to find a target here for the knockup as Hosoyoto goes over the wall. He wants to put that last little bit into the health bar of Darkwings, and he will do just that. Team Liquid, they'll get the Soul, they'll win themselves the fight. Yeah, they might have lost Quid, but they get to kill 3 after taking the objective.
Exactly, even though it's 5-on-4, there's no ults on Sentinels. They use Vi ult, they use Kai'Sa ult, and TL looking to end.
Yep, TL's going straight for the throat on this one. Hosoyoto, godlike now with the extra kill onto Rahel. Quid has respawned. He has his teleport to be able to join the rest of the team, uses it immediately. TL has the 5v1 for the next 10 seconds. Sentinels fought back. They made it tough for Team Liquid. They won that second game. They were keeping it close back and forth here in the third one, but TL will ultimately prevail. They will remain undefeated through these first 4 weeks of Spring Split, going up to 4-0.
Stomp in game 1, pretty stompy in game 3. Some oopsie-daisies in game 2, but TL do get it done here. Sentinel's definitely making him work for it, but this game, so much it felt like about Jose and LYON able to open up massive advantages for themselves and really just snowball that to the victory.